Greetings and salutations, everybody. We are back for more Dungeons & Dragons. Hooray!
I just realized that the way that you count 3 is the way that Mr. Owl does.
That's intentional word.
I know. I just realized it.
I understand why she feels shame over there.
Like, I only just noticed it.
That may have been.
I think it's because you were counting in the other direction that it eluded me.
That very well might be, actually. I am going the other direction. You're right, but it is almost like that ad was a part of my childhood because it's been around that goddamn long.
Are they still airing that ad?
Yes,
they are.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably too.
Usually edited down
ad.
versions, but like I think it's rare for them to show anything longer than like a 20-second version. But yeah, they still show it.
It's a good ad.
It's a good ad, yeah.
Anyways.
The world may never know, even though this kind of got solved.
I mean, I knew it as a kid because I like Tootsie Pops, but I don't like Tootsie Rolls, so I would just stop eating it as soon as I got to the Tootsie Roll.
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I rather liked both, so I never bothered to.
I generally prefer.
I pulled the owl, honestly.
I prefer the Tootsie Rolls, so I didn't actually buy Tootsie Pops very often.
All right, so now that I derailed this immediately.
Well done, Word. When we last left
this is a
off,
speed run.
When we last left off, you guys had been part of the negotiations between the pirate crew and the village, and things seem to be going at least in a non-disastrous fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a little bit more downtime before the High Priestess arrives. And you have been debating what you wanted to do, since you have free reign to leave the village, as long as you're back by the time the High Priestess gets here, which is now at about this point.
Bedtime.
Which at this point is now down to about 4 days. So you've got about you could pretty much make a 1.5 day trip out and back, leaving yourself a full day to explore whatever area you're in if you wanted to do that. And it coincidentally, according to the notes and maps you've gotten for both the gold mine and for the nearest of the ruins, both those are around about a day and a half trek through the jungle.
So you're saying it's possible to do both and then get back in time?
If you speed run both, no.
But if we do it slower than speedrun, then yes, right?
Okay, actually,
that's
no.
how that works.
In theory, if you were to get to one of the two of them, deal with it in, say, a couple of hours tops, and then book it at high speed to the other one through the jungle and not attract any attention.
With a mermaid.
Yes. I'm factoring in mermaid speed for all of this. Deal with the second area in an equally short period of time, and then book it back at high speed. You might get there just as the priest is arriving, maybe.
Listen, you're talking to someone that lives in Orlando and has to deal with the whole multi-park pass thing here. So that's not a problem, okay?
I'm not satisfied with the directions that Google Maps has given us, so I'm going to re-enable toll roads and see how that helps us out.
Yeah. Listen, okay, we're just going to take the toll roads.
Aha. Roads, you say?
Yeah.
Those ones that go through the jungle.
Yeah.
Listen,
we live in Florida. Those exist, okay?
Those toll keepers are real raptors,
I think we can do it if we have access to Fireball. How many people can cast Fireball?
I can cast Word Ball.
Yeah, don't everyone volunteer at once.
Fire.
Yes. The answer to speedrunning is just Fireball everything and then leave.
Wouldn't it be sleep everything and leave? Just leave?
That's not nearly as exciting.
But it is fast.
I need to step away from just a moment here.
Okay, that's fine. So So in theory, I guess it is technically maybe a little bit possible to do both in one trip. I wish you luck. You will fucking need it.
So what you're saying is that if everyone else carries me and moves at normal movement speed, we will have way more leniency in this.
No. Because carrying somebody will slow you down.
That's not how encumbered works. Wait, that's exactly how encumbered works. Okay, well, hang on.
Again, I'm imagining Pirates 4, where they're carrying the mermaid through the jungle.
So yeah, that yeah, you'll totally be fine trying to pull that off, and I won't be annoyed about it at all. So actually, honestly, I don't care if you really want to try it. Go ahead.
Well, how the hell are we supposed to annoy the DM if we don't speedrun his content?
Oh, don't worry, Eric. You'll find ways to do it.
The real trick, if you want to annoy the DM using this strategy, is not so much actually the completion of the content, it's the elimination of the tool of, I prepared one dungeon and the other one is the same one, just in the other direction. Oh no, they're both the same. And you went to both of them at the same time.
I can't even use that tool. I realistically can't use that tool for this one, honestly. The encounters are... Actually, no. I could, in theory, had I prepped the Lizardman village, the Lizardman thing first, and fully prepped that, then I could have pulled that off if you'd gone to the temple. Because the Lizardman, all the encounters would be Lizardman having invaded the temple. The ruins, I mean. It's a ruined temple, whatever. I could totally have done that. And I would, and had I finished, had that occurred to me while I was prepping the Lizardman, I would have considered it. But no. I mean, again, if you guys really want to go with the Lizardman, I can work something up fairly quickly, but it will take a little bit of time. I'm reasonably quick at building encounters. It might have something to do with the fact that I've been doing this sort of thing for a long time. But yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the temple.
Okay, so you guys the plan is that you guys are going to the temple, and if you want to reroute to the Lizardman village after you deal with the temple, that is on your heads, and you're welcome. You are welcome to try. That is all I will say.
The daring escape as we go down the river rapids. Get back to town in time.
Yeah, in a barrel.
That you have from somewhere.
There's just an explosion, and we're all just riding a minecart out the tunnel. It just shoots us across the jungle.
I mean, are any of you Coopers?
I mean, I do only have 2 doors.
Nice try. Nice. But yes, sorry, that is the term for someone who makes barrels.
I know.
I know you.
I'm trying to think. I think the only 2 people that have normal jobs here are Sito and Jir.
Yeah, well, it depends on what your definition of normal is.
Yeah, this is true.
I mean, Cameron was in the military, so that's
true.
That's kind of a normal job. Pretty sure
it was normal when he did it.
I'm pretty sure Glix doesn't have a job at all, so...
I mean...
Glix's job is freelance bum.
No. Glix's, quote, job, end quote, is card sharp.
Yeah.
Hustler.
Card shark, hustler. Overall nice guy.
He's a prince. Oh, no, not that kind of prince. All right, so in that case, is there any prep you want to do before you head out into the jungle for what will take you at least a day on foot?
Trying to think. What were we all doing before we left?
Zito is going to prepare soap.
Okay, soap can be acquired. That is a technology they have here.
Probably smells really good too, like coconuts or something.
Yeah, because I don't have the luxury of shoes.
Fair.
And we're going through a jungle.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I feel intensely unclean here.
I'm just seeing Injir just hosing Zito down with shape water.
Kinda.
Clearly, we're going to need water, potable water, and food. So that should be
typical
difficult.
supplies.
Yeah,
yes,
typical supply
we-
stuff.
You are able to acquire supplies. If any of you want to mention what your plan is, that may or may not have an effect. I don't know.
Oh, let people know where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's probably a good idea.
it's probably a good idea. We'll probably at least want to do that on our way out. Where are you going?
I mean,
going to
if
the
you-
haunted temple.
Yeah, you guys are heading out into the jungle. Why are you heading out into the jungle? I mean, there are things. I guess there are things you could do out in the jungle.
There are still problems to solve here, apparently. So
I'll go to the secret temple for secret reasons that involve secrets.
As long as you're not going.
I think the lot to the ruins was we might find something that can get us off the island there, or at least clue us into that.
I think there was also talk of possibly finding something for Cameron there, but I don't think any of us would be prior to that conversation.
yeah, I don't think anyone else was present when Cameron was finding that stuff out about from the Smith.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like the way that Kali looks at it is that there is a problem to solve over there. And also, hey, maybe we will find a way off the island because, that's how we found a way off the previous island was by poking around ruins. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
All right, then. I think we're all set. We got our things.
Okay.
Got our supplies.
You
Everything
were able
noticed.
to acquire supplies because you've got a reasonably good working relationship with the village. So, and you said you're heading out to explore one of the ruined temples. As long as you're not headed to the one that they basically say, yeah, don't go there. They are like, yeah, okay, fine. It's a ruined temple. Yeah, it's technically a ruined temple to probably a ruined temple to. I mean, there are any number of different ruined temples to different gods and gods and other things on this island. So,
Just so long as you're not trying to get into the temple that you came out of.
ideally, yeah. I mean, it is. The problem is, you might be allowed to get in there after you might be able to go back. They'd probably be happy to let you go back there assuming that, of course, the high priestess is like cool with you guys.
Right.
Right.
But like
that makes sense.
at the moment, it's like, yeah, technically speaking, it's against the rules. So we'd prefer you didn't go there. That would just make things more complicated. I mean, they won't stop you if you want to go there, but they'd prefer you didn't. All right, so you're going to head out into the jungle. You have something resembling a map. Although the map, the directions, the path that was taken, the map is more accurate for the nearer to the village the pirates are in are that you are. It was made by the guys over there, so naturally the area around their village is more accurately mapped than the area your guys are in.
Okay.
With Ingir's knowledge of cartography, would that be any help in just
Abso-fucking-lutely. Also, you have a sextant and a compass, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
All of this will help. So, you set out on your journey. Into the woods you go. And I will not sing the song because I don't remember enough of the lyrics to do it. Anyways, yeah. So, to be nice to Glicks, it's a jungle. It's not woods.
Exactly. It's a jungle. I'm not going to the woods. That's ridiculous. No one goes to the woods.
Then you go back to the woods.
Well, welcome to the jungle, baby. At any rate, you set out. So for a little bit of the trek you're taking, there is a path because you figure the road from from Karahuta to the other village takes you in the rough general direction for at least part of the trip, so you figure you might as well use that path, since, it's a path. And this trip back, it's less, there are fewer beasties out and about on this part of the trek. Might be because, there's been at least an armed party of humanoids traveling one way and then back recently. So,
But who did that?
I can't imagine who that was.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
Yep. So, you start...
Only 2 of them were humans.
I said humanoids.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Also, I guess there were more humans amongst the pirates that came with us, but yeah.
On the way back, there were, yes. But you do set out into the woods. Sorry, jungle.
Really stretches the definition of humanoid.
But you head out into the jungle, eventually. Eventually, after, basically the part that you can follow the road is about a couple hours, maybe. Assuming you guys are setting out in the morning.
Yeah.
So you are able to head out into the woods, sort of, mid-morning-ish, into the jungle. And it's going to take you guys about at least a day's travel through the woods to get there, and it might be a little bit longer. According to the map, you should be there's a clearing that you might be able to get to before nightfall, so that's reasonably close to the ruins, so that might be a good place to camp out. Assuming that, the map is depending on how accurate the map is and how well you guys are able to navigate said jungle. So, I am going to, first off, say, to start things off with, Injir, since you're the one with the cartography skills, give me some sort of navigation roll. I don't care what skill it is, just make one that's... Hang on, I should do something before I forget for the chat. I should switch to the thing where they can see the VTT. That would help.
Let's see, navigation
That's
roll.
a novelty.
So if you...
Let's see, nature would be a good option. Let's see
Sure.
what else we got here. Nature and investigation would probably be the best options, but they're both intelligence based, so let's do just a flat hit and roll.
Alright, so go with nature then.
Okay, I click on Injure, and then go for Nature, and click there.
And Injir rolls a 16 on the check. Alright, well. Now, you are, Injir, you pull out your compass, the map, you check the compass, make sure that every now and then, making sure that you guys are going in what looks like the correct direction in regards to the map. Hooray. The area of the jungle you're in, there's not a lot of detail on it because, they didn't really trek through. The guys who made the map didn't trek through it. They're just like, yeah, we know there's jungle over there. There might be other stuff. Who knows? But yes, so you proceed to make some decent pace. You feel like you're making a fairly decent pace through the jungle. I mean, it's dense. It's a jungle, after all. It is starting to get more hot and humid the longer into the day you go. This should not be a surprise. About after a couple hours in, a bit of a rainstorm rolls through. Fortunately, you're under a lot of trees, but you're still getting wet because it does drip through eventually. It's just that you're not getting pelted with the rain directly the whole time.
Right.
But water does make its way to the ground eventually, so, And you do note that there are a fair number of various beasties and such that are meandering about. Mostly sort of smaller reptiles that occasionally will poke their heads out from some foliage as you wander the area and then scurry back out of sight because you guys are much larger than they are. the stuff that's not megafauna. Every now and then, there is an unfortunate area where there are a fair number of biting insects that are unsettlingly large.
Yeah. No, wait. That's bigger than my head.
Oh, the Thrycreen came early.
Not that large. But nothing's large enough that it's like a threat to carry Glix or Injure off or anything like that. And thankfully, no Sturges.
Right. Nothing from the King Kong movie from 2005.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a terrifying scene.
I really like that scene, honestly.
But yeah, I would like everybody for this part, I would like to have everyone give me a survival roll, actually.
Makes sense.
Survival. Okay, I actually have that.
I didn't select the thing. Oh.
I am
well,
not
Wow,
in
Jesus
the.
Christ. Way to roll well, Eric. Holy crap.
I am not in the kind of place where I am suited to survival, as it turns out.
That is accurate, yes, and
It's okay. I got us, guys.
all right.
I hope so.
No, literally. Look at you.
Yeah.
Roll.
Kalia did roll a 20. Well, sorry, a natural 20, total 21. All right, I'm gonna. So as a group, you rolled well enough that no one is. So yes, Sito and Ash, you guys. So Sito, Injir, you guys are. It's unpleasant. Let's just put it that way. Glix and Kalia seem mostly unperturbed by this. Kalia, it's a bit warmer than you like because you are wearing plate armor, so you know.
Yeah, these people don't have any freaking. They don't have any consideration for people who wear heavy plate mail. Clearly, if they knew that was coming, then they should have turned on the air conditioning in this place.
Yeah,
I damn well don't have any consideration for anyone wearing plate mail because that doesn't exist.
Chainmail. Sorry.
There you go.
Yes. Oh, and Cameron
I mean,
rolled 16. So yes, Glix rolled a 19, Cedar rolled a 5, Injure 6, Kalia 21, and Cameron a 16. Very good.
I mean, Glix rolled so high because he's falling directly behind Kalia.
Tailwind.
So yes. So basically, Sito and Injir, you guys are.
This is not my environment.
No.
More so than usual.
No, it is
I'm used to being in cold, entirely liquid environments, not on land in a hot environment that's basically
Also
leaving me at a light
liquid.
simmer.
It jeers, for a sheltered life in a temple. This is, he went through a nice forest before got to the fire temple, but it wasn't like a jungle with hot humidity and stuff.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to go out and make an assumption here, but I'm fairly confident that merfolk don't sweat.
Probably not, because it wouldn't really work very well underwater, shall we say?
Yeah.
No, not really. So, yeah, basically, I don't have a way to vent this heat.
Yeah.
I mean, Glix is doing all right because it feels like jellied eels out, and he likes jellied eels.
Also, I will say that
pant.
both can a mermaid pant. I mean, I guess technically.
Not efficiently.
No. I will say that also...
Not enough to cover, over 9 foot of length.
No. I will also say, unfortunately, the biting insects that are sort of infesting this area seem to have a particular fondness for kobolds and merfolk for some reason.
The merfolk I see, I totally understand. I have no natural defenses for this.
Yeah.
I am unlike, quadrupeds with, brushy tails or whatnot, which are good for whipping insects.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the insects are not interested in Cameron because they know to stay away from the gun,
So, yeah, Cito hates this.
It sucks.
Not quite as much as
It's
stairs, but that's because stairs are a construction. This just kind of happened, and she understands this is not her environment. This is not deliberate malice, unlike stairs.
Okay, so if we ever see naturally occurring stairs, then you'll.
Then she knows that the gods hate her.
Well, listen, then that's just one more person that can possibly sign up with Cameron's, fuck the current god sort of regime.
Oh no,
but...
no! Like whatever the progenitors were, like they architected the landscape somehow and made stairs just to piss off a mermaid.
My
Causeway.
My position is that the current gods are the current landlords. They should have done something to help deal with the tenants, and they decided no. So it's their
I
fault.
can agree with this.
So they came in here and they were like, "Well, this will up the value of this place," and then they put in stairs.
Right.
Oh dear. At any rate, eventually though, after a little bit, you are visited by a veritable, relative swarm of dragonflies that of egregious size. Who are quite happy to see the large numbers of biting insects in the area. Food time.
These are my new best friends.
Yeah, dragonflies are in the skies. Dragonflies maximize.
Yeah, like this is one of those things where Sito would have prepared about this if she actually knew about these things.
I guarantee
you don't really have biting insects, such as this under the ocean.
I mean,
it's just barnacles, but
that's not quite the same.
No.
I'll also say, by the way, nobody's getting out from the biting insects completely unscathed. But they're paying particular attention to Cedo, and we're paying particular attention to Cedo and Injir.
I feel like I should lose health for this.
I'm not doing that because it is too early for that.
Plenty of time for that.
Oh yeah, plenty. Yes. All right, so you continue through the woods, and eventually, the jungle. There are no sounds of laughing merry children in the distance, or that might be singing traditional songs or anything like that. Nor is there a sudden appearance.
We're in the jungle. It's different from the woods.
Yes.
in the jungle, it's drums, and they're off in the distance.
Oh, sure. You actually no. You're not in the area where you hear mysterious drums off in the distance yet.
Jumanji.
But you do get to a point where you come upon. It's sort of like, okay, a ravine.
Well, this is going to be a challenge.
It's not a massive ravine, but it's kind of there. It's not super wide. It's a good 15 feet across. And a good, you look down, it's that's a good 30, 40, 50, maybe a bit more feet down.
15 feet. I'm pretty sure.
You might be able to jump it. Yes. You might be able to jump it.
Does it look like there's anything on the other side that you could secure a rope to or something?
You said the ravine's 15 feet across?
Roughly. You can teleport across, yes, Eric. I know.
I was going to say I could teleport across. You can give me the rope, and then I can tie it.
Does that help? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is that how teleporting works?
No. I mean, you throw it to me, I'll be there to catch
Okay,
it.
I was going to say, you just hold one end, and you bamf away, but the rope extends with you.
No, I think the rope would just go with him at that point.
I mean, to be honest, that would be hilarious, and I'm here for it, but that's not what I meant.
All right, so you hold the rope and you teleport across. That's not how this works. Just do it. Okay, bam. I've got the rope over here. Huh.
Now I've got the rope over here, and you guys are screwed. Later, losers.
I mean, I'm sure Glitz will be fine on his own in the jungle, all by himself.
Yeah, but then he'll hit that stretch where it's actually a forest, and then he'll come running back.
And then I'll come running back.
That's where you hear small children off in the distance singing "Ring Around the Rosie."
Nope.
When the woods, the jungles had become woods, It's like,
the
oh no.
trees all of a sudden look decidedly deciduous. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, so there's a ravine. Does it appear to go a very, 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 very long way uninterrupted both to our left and right?
Give me a perception check, Kalia.
Woo! Okay.
This is not a hard. Yeah, oh,
17.
17. Yeah. This is not a hard check, so that you ace it. Yes, it does.
Okay.
It sort of it's not easy to make out exactly how far it goes because of the dense foliage, and it's not. There's not a ton of light that gets through the over canopy. It is a jungle.
I mean, the rope is a nice idea, but I think that Sito might have trouble with that, even with a rope.
Well, what if we knock down a tree?
I was gonna say a tree. Maybe that would give us better luck.
Yeah, I think Cito would manage to go a little bit better than dangling from a rope with her 8 strength.
Yeah.
I will say, the rope is still not a bad idea to give you guys something to hold on to as you cross the tree.
Yes, I was gonna say that we should have both, but the rope less to be the thing carrying the weight.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I have an axe.
I know. I'm not going to make you even. I'm not even going to make you roll.
Can we roll to see if anything wacky happens? I mean, I'm not saying we should, but can we?
Are you requesting a beaver check?
No.
Skitch, I will say this: you are always welcome to make stupid rolls. Just as I'm always welcome to ignore them if I choose to.
That's a good point.
So yes, Kalia, if you would like to roll some sort of check to chop down a tree, go ahead.
I would prefer not to.
That's great. Okay, Kalia, make your lumberjack roll. Do you have lumberjack skill?
I believe knowledge death, if it's applicable here because you're killing a tree.
I'm killing a tree.
No, you don't have to make a roll. You have an axe. Chop, chop. Tree falls over. Okay.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, don't make me roll to not hit a member of my party as the tree falls down.
So I will say this.
Oh, that
I would.
that
I'm fairly certain you guys know that is not the sort of thing I would actually do as a DM.
not right now, at least.
You are not in a stressful combat situation, so I would not make you roll something for something like that.
The tree suddenly protests, and that was a combat.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, that's not something that's actually impossible in fantasy worlds.
I just like this
All
idea.
All of a sudden, you're surrounded
you're,
by jungle ents.
You're in a brutal fight with a stationary tree.
I mean,
come back here.
I've played Ultima.
Mm-hmm.
I've been attacked by the grass, so you know.
It's
I
fun.
didn't realize we were playing Ultima 3.
Ultima tree. Yep.
But yes, Kali is able to do her best lumberjack impression and chop down a tree. A large enough tree that will go across the ravine and have enough to be sturdy on both sides. This takes some effort and exertion, but nothing that requires a roll.
Also time. So there goes our speed running option. See, what we should have done is we should have actually faced the other way and started long jumping backwards. And
Sadly, you are not playing Mario 64.
Woohoo!
But you now have a tree across, and you were able to get a rope across and tie it off between two trees, thanks to teleportation shenanigans. And either Kalia or Cameron having at least someone in the party having more than 10 strength.
Does having 10 count?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
But I know Kalia has more than 10, so it doesn't matter.
yeah.
You need to be able to throw a sizable heft of rope at least 15 feet.
Mm.
And if you have 10 or more strength, I'm not going to make you roll.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be very. I mean, to hit the massive land that has no armor class over there would take a
Yeah. If you have less than that, I will. If you have a penalty to your strength check, I will make you. If everyone had a penalty to their strength check, I would make someone roll. But no one does.
Yeah.
You have at least one person who doesn't. So, hooray!
Yeah.
All right, and you're able to, if spending enough time, you're able to tie the rope off securely. Because I have never understood why 5th edition removed the take 10 option from skill checks, but I'm putting it back the fuck back in.
Fair
We're
enough.
taking it back. We're taking it back. Okay.
It's like, if you want to spend enough time to just guarantee that you did not roll like shit, you can do that. You just can't do it during a stressful combat situation. So yes, you are now able to traverse the tree. I recommend doing it one at a time, despite that you're fairly certain you can support multiple of you. Mind you, there's at least one of you who doesn't need to.
Probably
cross
not
over.
Cedo and Kalia at the same time.
That would seem like a bad idea. The tree probably could support it, but it would be sort of,
Scary.
yes. Honestly, Cedo, you actually have probably among the least problem crossing it.
I naturally crawl.
Yeah, basically. So you have crossed the ravine. Hooray! And you continue through the jungle.
Take that ground.
And I just, yeah, like that's kind of the moment. It's like the intense irony that the one most comfortable in the trees is the mermaid.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, you're the closest thing in the party to a Naga, and Naga actually do climb well. So, I mean, snakes actually are quite capable of climbing trees. You're not a snake, but
Lots of
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of similar. It's like I don't climb trees, I swim.
Yeah.
I climb through the aquatic ocean forest. Thank you.
At any rate, you're across the ravine and you continue on. After about another hour or so, you realize you probably should find somewhere to take a bit of a break so you can, rest, have, rehydrate, eat something. It's sort of it is definitively, you can tell by the level of how long you've been traveling and sort of, the ambient temperature that it's probably roughly midday at this point. So if you want to find somewhere to find a place to rest, let me know, and how you want to find a good place to rest, or do you want to just stop in the middle of the jungle, like just there? What do you want to do? It is. I'm just saying. You guys think it occurs to you that it's probably you taking a break to eat and drink and drink water and such. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
It was going to make use of that soap to wash all these damn bug bites.
Okay.
Because I don't need that.
So if someone wants to give me some sort of roll that would be appropriate, I am down.
I'll just prestidigitate your filth away. That's fine.
I think I do actually have that.
I'll take a few castings because you're long, but
Yeah, I do in fact have Presti.
Well, between the two of you, not a problem. But as I said, if you guys would like to find somewhere to rest, someone can give me a roll of some sort.
Yeah.
I would assume survival would be apt in this
That would be
case.
an excellent skill roll for this. Yes.
I want to roll intimidate.
3 is not a good roll.
I will throw a perception in there if I may.
Absolutely. 14.
There we go.
All right. Well, I will say this. You do not find an ideal spot, but you find somewhere that is at least there's a fallen log that people who want to sit can sit on it. There's enough space to spread out, and there is a bit of a stream somewhere nearby that's not too far away from this area. That is, you could at least, if you feel the need to wash up a bit in, you could do so. It is not
Considering that we're in a jungle, and Cedo has learned to not trust this place. She doesn't know of the existence of leeches, but she's definitely going to check the water before leaping right into it.
That's fine.
Dreaded Candiru.
No, it is not stagnant enough for leeches.
Okay.
And it's not really in an area where it'd be a sort of a watering hole, so you get it's not moving fast enough that you'd feel completely safe drinking from it. But washing up it, getting wet in it, probably not a terrible. It's probably fine.
All right, well, that's good. Cedo is going to make use of that soap and basically, cleanse the various bug bites of their, buggy juice and venom.
Yeah. It stings, but you itch
Better than
less
the
after. You
alternative.
itch less afterwards.
Yes.
Notice it less.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, there are no aloe vera plants in the jungle, nor is there any access to calamine.
Not that Cito's a botanist; she wouldn't know anything to do with any of that.
I know. I'm just saying. It's a jungle. The chances of aloe vera are basically vanishingly small. At any rate, sorry, was that Ash?
Like, do we have like a good sized vessel for like holding water?
Oh, you guys, I believe you guys had said you were bringing water. So, however you're bringing water, you have that.
Okay. Let's see, and then Injure just kind of fills it up with shape water and add some ice to it. We have some nice cold drinks in this hot.
Sure. I mean, you have that ability.
I do.
At any rate, after resting for a while, you guys get yourselves at what would be effectively a short rest, but you guys have not spent any abilities or anything like that, so it's really not mechanically not important. But you have a chance to catch your breath, cool down a bit, get some food in your stomachs, and properly hydrate. And then you're able to set out again. Ash, I would like another navigation roll for you.
Another nature roll.
Yes.
All right. Let's hope it's still good on the nature.
A 9. Okay. You are fairly certain that you have not gotten you've not gotten the party lost. You are
Trust me, everyone. I know the right way.
It's like you're not trying hard enough to get us lost. Is the implication here? So
yeah, basically, you are certain that according to your compass and the map, you are still going in the right direction. And you all set off again. Hooray! All right. Eventually, after another hour or so, you are getting into the part of the map where the pirates who did the scouting actually start having some details that are added. Hooray. As opposed to jungle, you now have, there are some landmarks here that is actually a big help. I will say this, Ash, Injure is sort of looking at the map as you're going along, and you notice that in the route that you're going, there's a bit of a notation that takes you a little bit to read that you realize that you're going to be passing through if you continue on the current route you're taking.
Okay.
And it is, from what you can tell, the route you're taking will take you past. It says basically their dinosaur nesting area.
Unfriendly lizards.
It does not say what type of dinosaurs, but the pirates felt it prudent to add it to the map.
So it's probably not the sitcom variety. So
that seems unlikely.
So, and of course, Engineer immediately goes to everybody. He's like, "All right, so if we keep going this way, we're going to be going through. It looks like some kind of like spawning grounds. I don't know for what. I'd assume if it was for those really big things, there would be like a set of giant teeth there, or the map would be covered in blood."
You're suggesting that someone would put their own blood on a map to denote that the threat was really big there or something?
I've seen weirder.
That certainly not standard protocol for map making, but whatever sinks your boat, I guess.
Engineer doesn't even bother to correct it because, as far as he knows, sinks your boat is probably the correct.
No. Cameron's intentionally twisting the phrase.
I think Ash is aware of that. I think he's just saying Injure is not.
Yeah, Injure's lives in an underwater monastery. That sounds about right. Even Cito's probably going like, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
I mean, the other phrase, it's like it's your funeral. Intentionally bleeding yourself like that seems not like it. Yeah, but anyway, so you're saying we should try to circumvent it, or just be cautious?
Well, we could, but I don't know how much time that's going to add to us.
Well, deciding's not going to make it any faster in either case. So
Kalia is going to think for a moment, and then she's going to say, "It is said that when wandering the wilderness, if one comes across a cave, one should make as much noise as possible, because if there are bears inside, it is better to alert them of your presence rather than make it seem as if you are some sort of predator trying to sneak up on them."
So you're saying we should just make a lot of loud noise around that mark just to see what the reaction is?
I mean, there's potential for very large omelets.
Yeah,
That
I'm not
is-
really.
That is not what I was saying in either case. If we are to pass through this area, my point is that we should not try and do so quietly if wild animals are involved,
True. I mean,
especially wild animals that would be looking to protect their young from predators.
sure. I mean, I didn't necessarily meant quiet. I was just careful. Is all I meant. So
It is possible to do both.
absolutely, but not necessary. Guess then I leads that's
What's
still
the alternative going around?
Well, this is where Ichiro looks at the map and he's trying to see if there's anything that would be an issue about going around.
Well, depends on which way you're going around. If you're going, I mean, there's the issue that if you're going there, you basically go around into the area that the pirates have mapped, which looks mostly clear, from what you can see, or you go through the area that, but looks like it'll probably be longer. The shorter route that we're going around would be through the area that has not been mapped properly.
Okay, so we could go through this. He's pointing at the map. Like, we go through this uncharted area here. We don't know what's in there, so that could be a lot worse than eggs. Or we can go this other way, and it's going to be even longer. Or we can just go through what we know and face that as we get through it. Either way, there's risks involved. And we probably don't want to be out here in the jungle past sundown.
Entirely valid points. And if we're going to be endangering ourselves no matter what we do, then I say we spend the least time doing it. Let's take the
Yeah.
short route.
Short route through the uncharted area.
That's the one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
What could possibly go wrong?
Jared rolls up the map.
Eric, don't say that to me. You know what I'll be tempted to do.
I know. I know exactly what's going on. Someone has to say the thing.
Fair enough. All right,
Has
so
to.
you head around the dinosaur spawning ground and continue through uncharted territory. Dun dun dun.
Little Indiana Jones line through the map. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep, sort of.
No,
but
it's done on kazoo and very poorly. It's the important point
Yeah.
here.
insert recorder, out of tune recorder Jurassic Park theme.
Ooh, yeah, recorder's a good choice too. Yeah.
Anyways, you head through the jungle. The area you're going through, you notice eventually, actually your traversal speed actually does pick up because it becomes less densely wooded in this area. There are fewer trees and less underbrush.
It is more open.
It is more open, indeed.
So we're
With all
like
the
in a tall.
advantages and disadvantages that that brings with it.
Indeed.
Yeah. Just say, are we like in a very tall grassy area?
No,
What? I'm not.
there are no gnolls in the area to attack you.
That'd be new.
The shiny gnolls,
I
though.
was making
Gotta
a
watch
joke.
out for those.
I was thinking more like raptors. Actually,
I was thinking more like Pokemon, but you know. And I
You
don't
said
even
tall,
play
grassy area. That's a knoll right there.
Yeah,
A grassy knoll.
grassy knoll.
Hmm.
I was making a bad pun.
I got it. I understood.
I got it.
I've played Munchkin.
Exactly. At any rate, no. It is not tall and grassy. No, it is. Fortunately,
The
It is
question is was there a second shooter?
no. It is in fact not ideal raptor hunting territory. But you know, but it is more open, and it's sort of, you know, there's a little bit of a breeze. It's kind of nice and pleasant, and well, not pleasant, but you know, it's cooler and a little bit less
a
humid.
bit of comparatively, it is a relief.
It is, in fact,
Gotcha.
yes. I would like everybody to give me a perception check.
I was gonna say, before that perception check, the map. I wonder why they didn't go this way.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking tall grass.
4 by Cameron, 2 by Kalia, 12 by Glix, 13 by Sito, and 22 by Ingir. Okay. Ingir rolled high enough.
So one of the ones who can't even see above the grass can see through it better.
It's not the grass. Ingir is the one who actually decides to look up.
Oh, drop bears.
No.
I'm thinking
But
more like
you
giant
do
birds.
see large shadowy figures up in the trees. You can sort of see glinting of eyes staring down at you. Very sort of very predatory looking eyes. They face forward, mostly, and they are tracking your movements at the moment.
Oh, I got admirers. That's cute.
Yeah, Jir's like, we're being watched as he has the map up. He's looking up.
What? Where? Oh, hi. Hello, thing.
You start hearing sibilant hissing noises from up in the trees.
Sibilant hissing noises.
I wave.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. It's not going to be a full combat encounter because you'll see. Kalia,
Yes.
you rolled the worst.
Yes, I did.
Because you
I'm
rolled a
getting
2.
hit by every branch as it snaps back from the person in front of me pushing it forward.
That's probably Cameron, just to...
With his 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're sort of shrugging off a branch hitting you, a very, very large snake drops on you from the trees
Okay.
and starts constricting around you.
All right.
What do you do?
Well,
So
I
actually,
believe
what does the party do? As you see what is quite likely the largest constrictor any of you have seen has dropped out of the trees and is now wrapping its way around Kalia.
I was going to say, like, do we see this in the first place? Because by the notion of Kalia's in the back.
Okay.
Oh no! I've been following her tailwind the whole time.
Fair enough.
Right, he's in my slipstream, so he's making
I will
great.
say
He's getting
flatly,
great miles to the gallon.
Glix and Sito, you both see this happening.
Okay.
Cameron, you do not see this happening because you are canonically in front of Kalia.
All right. What about Ingir?
You see it also.
Oh.
You rolled a 22. You saw this happening.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there are things watching us.
Okay.
You probably heard it happening.
Is Kalia within 10 feet?
Probably.
All right. So, Ingir's immediate reaction to the snake coming and expecting more to come by is to just let out his biggest, deepest, meanest draconic roar.
Oh, okay.
Exerting reptilian superiority.
Yeah, it's probably very loud. Everything within a good distance probably heard it, but they probably think he's one of the predators.
Is this one of your draconic bloodline monk abilities?
This is my
Sorry, kobold one. Sorry.
This is one of the kobold ones. Yeah, I can do this twice a day. So
Okay,
this is one.
What does it do mechanically?
Mechanically, it would give Kalia or anybody advantage on rolls against enemies that could hear that. I guess in this situation, maybe it would give
All right,
them
no,
advantage on
I've
trying
got.
to get out of
Right,
it.
so she's gonna get advantage on any on rolls against this thing. That's great. And does it do anything else?
And that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Just one
Glix's
turn.
reaction is to jump back, realize what's happening, and then bury Bob in the snake.
Okay. Okay, that will help, Kalia. I would like you to give me a. What would you like to do?
Well, I think most of the stuff that I can do that's paladin-y requires me to cast spells or use abilities and stuff, which means that which honestly is better if I just try and get this thing off of me by throwing it off.
All right,
or
give me a
trying to
strength
prevent it
check,
from
and you
entangling
have
me,
advantage
so.
on it.
All right, so we are going to press a shift in order to get that.
A 22.
22.
All right.
Excellent. So yes, you are basically the snake drops down. It is huge and it is wrapping around you. But before it starts to constrict, you manage to get your hands in position and force its head away and unwind enough to climb her out from its coils. And then Bob Glix buries Bob into it, and the snake sort of screeches almost, and sort of slithers back, glaring daggers at the snack size thing that just attacked it.
Yeah, that's what you get, you big meat noodle. You oversized sausage. That's what you are. Oversized sausage.
You don't have a sausage. You have a cleaver there. What are you talking about?
Right, and it's really good at chopping sausages like that thing. You didn't even see it, did you? How did you miss it?
It was whatever it is. It's behind me, and I'm not looking back at anything in this place.
All right,
okay.
So anyone who wants to give me an intimidate roll may do so. Specifically, I will say flatly, Kalia, you are good at this, so you may attempt this.
Yeah.
Glix, you get a free intimidate roll after that. You both get advantage on this because of.
Advantage. I'll roll again.
May I make an effort?
Sure, if you'd like to. It'll be easier for. It's a lower DC for both Glix and Kalia for reasons.
I don't think the DC matters in my case.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
One moment.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, you get. Oh, yeah. You did the roar, so yes.
Yeah, and there's the 20. So
This snake is experiencing the concept of regret.
I don't know if I want to even roll at this point.
That's fine. You don't have to. I will say flatly,
it.
the rest of the party rolled well enough that Kalia's glower gets between Glix standing there waving Bob around, and it's the aura that's radiating off of Bob. Sito, doing her whole, bardic bullshit. The tiny kobold that just roared like a fucking dragon, and the death paladin glaring at it.
The way I see it is that Sito is making use of vocal pitches that shorewalkers don't tend to make use of, and is basically, making a case on that front.
That's fine. But yeah, between all of that, and I'm going to say flatly, all of you together mean that I'm not going to make Kalia roll because 2/3 of the party succeeded on an intimidation check versus this. So, sorry, 60% of the party did. So that's 60% of the party aced an intimidation check against this. Let's be real. The snake sort of looks very like these are all snack sized, and I'm leaving. Screw this. I'm gonna go lick my wounds somewhere. And it slithers off into the woods. Faster than you think something its size should be able to move, honestly. Faster and quieter than something its size should be able to move.
So you're saying it turns into a nope rope?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna go try and pick on a small Indian boy in red underwear.
Also, the eyes in the trees the eyes up in the trees that were positioning themselves to drop on other people. When Injir roared, they said, never mind. Let's go pick on something larger that's safer.
That kind of became the day that Injir proved he's a motherfucking dragon.
So yes, you escaped unscathed from the from the gigantic constrictor. Hooray!
I'm happy with that.
As Ingir adds a notation to the map, snakes.
Big snakes.
Big fucking snakes.
And Glix keeps on trying to cross it out and write down giant sausages instead.
Murder sausage.
Murder sausage. All right. You continue on through the woods. Sorry, jungle. Although
Exactly.
the area you're moving through right now, Glix, feels a little too foresty for your tastes. The trees are the wrong
Yeah.
type, but the spacing is about right.
Yeah, that ain't right. That's not proper.
Glix is like, well, there's not nearly enough giant sausages here. This is looking too foresty to me.
Honestly, there are a couple of times where you swear to God that you have that feeling of something's is watching you right now.
Oh no! Don't say you always feel that way though. That's the important thing.
That's it's okay. It's just giant predatory snakes and reptiles. It's fine. It's just giant predators.
It's
That's
not.
what
It's so I'll say this, Glix. That is what you're telling yourself, but that is not the feeling you're getting.
I know that's exactly what he's telling himself.
I know.
though.
But yeah, it is that feeling of they're like she's watching. Is the
No.
sort of thought in
It's
the
not
back.
her. It's just a Tyrannosaurus or something harmless.
It's just a giant predatory reptile.
I can handle those.
But the feeling eventually passes as you finally make it. As the sun begins to start setting, you make it to the clearing on the map.
Cool.
And it is, according to the map, about another couple hours. It's another basically 3 to 4 hours on foot to the temple. But this is this honestly looks like a pretty good place to camp out for the night as long as you keep a reasonable watch schedule and have things to make noises with to scare off things that might stumble across you.
No more giant trees for giant snakes to
No,
get
it's a
at us
clearing.
from, so yeah.
It is hard to be ambushed here. Is the best part about this. Also, there is what looks like a bit of a pool of spring water in the middle.
Oh, excellent. A circle
Which
of
has
toadstool.
so you got it's a big sort of open clearing. There's a pool of spring water in the middle and a big scraggly tree that's sort of standing next to it.
If folks contributed enough effort to have fuel, I can presti up a campfire,
Yeah.
which would keep things at bay.
Actually,
Where
yes.
are we gonna find wood from? Oh, right. Okay.
And there are
Well-
not even enough small rocks in there. You could formulate. You could actually make a proper fire area. To ring the wood in.
Fire pit, yeah.
Yep, that's the word I was looking for.
General campground stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
So you're able to set up camp. I will have everyone give me a final survival check to properly set up a camp. And the party as a whole succeeded. Good. Thus completes the Navigating the Jungle skill challenge.
I found rocks for the fire pit. They're all coal.
Yeah, let's roll the 2 on a survival check.
I like to think that Glix is trying to cut down some firewood and Bob proposes just chopping off one of his own legs or something instead.
No, I
Just-
need that for walking around.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, Glix is just distracting Kalia by talking about, hey, remember when I saved your butt from that giant sausage?
But yes,
That's going to be a fascinating story to explain when we return to civilization.
Yeah, that was phrasing on my part, wasn't it?
That
That was some incredible phrasing.
are we still doing phrasing?
All right. So anyway, move on from that.
But yes, again, another thing I missed from 4th Ed that I decided to import is the concept of the skill challenge. It might actually be
Right.
buried somewhere in 5th edition, but I couldn't find it, so. So you have made up camp. It is a reasonable, good, competently put together campsite. You are able to bed down for the night. I'm not going to make you pick your watch schedule because you are not going to be bothered. I'm just going to say this.
Right.
As long as you agree, as long as you state that you are keeping a reasonable watch schedule. And you have a campfire going, so that will actually definitely help. Like, yes, you are in a part of the world where, fire in that area. No, fuck that area. There's fire there.
Right.
Screw that noise.
As long as it's not a giant orangutan.
There's not a giant orangutan here. I promise.
It's a gorilla.
No. There's no giant. Actually, I don't know if there's a giant gorilla here. I'll have to look.
That's a good idea, actually, though.
I do like the idea of having a King Kong moment, but it is in fact an orangutan and not a gorilla.
Honestly, that might be scarier. Honestly.
That would be a lot worse. Yeah, actually.
No, the only orangutan wanders through, says "ook" a couple of times, and then disappears into what looks like a bookcase briefly.
Fucking library space.
Giant orangutan. Wait, what's he filling his hands with? Dear God, no! So we're calling that a long rest, right?
Oh yeah, it is. Yes, because you are camping for the night.
All right.
Let's all gather around and sing the Campfire Song.
Faster.
Look at Awesome Possum walking down the street. That's the song we're singing.
But yes, you have an evening to rest up a bit, and if there's anything you'd like to handle before we set out in the morning, you may do so.
Can't think of anything important that needs to happen.
I mean, I guess if anyone's been holding on to any ghost stories, now is a great time to break them out.
Oh, Glick says ghost stories. You want ghost stories? I got you. I got ghost stories.
I imagine Glix does actually, given his given what class he is and the things he's run into before joining the party.
They're not even his ghost stories. They're just like Bob's fond memories of when he had a body.
Once upon a time, there was somebody who viciously murdered an entire family. It was
and
great.
He lived happily ever after.
Until he turned into a cleaver with an ungrateful wielder. Bob's, now's not the time to get into this whole thing.
What a storytelling mechanic. Like, Glitch is just telling the story and just putting the knife up to his ear. It's like, no, he's talking to the knife as he's telling the story. No,
that didn't happen, Bob. How do you know? You weren't there.
I was there. That was totally what happened.
To be fair, it is not Glix's fault that Bob is a cleaver. That is someone else's fault entirely. Someone who neither Glix nor Bob is fault.
No one wants to meet.
At any rate, all right. So it is morning. It is evening. It is morning. It is a new day.
Yes, it is.
You all wake up. The fire is sort of dying down because you weren't actively feeding it for the last bit of time because you wanted to wear down eventually. You're able to have some breakfast, wash up, repack your stuff, and set out back into the jungle towards the temple, towards the ruins, which you arrive at within a couple of hours. Because you are through the worst of the jungle for now.
Hooray.
hooray!
And eventually, several hours later, you emerge into another clearing. This one is filled with a giant ruined stone temple. It is big. It is covered with like moss and like vines and shit. Parts that are falling down and being pulled apart by the plant growth, and centuries of neglect on top of that. But the main building looks reasonably intact. It is hard to make out any iconography. But anyone who would like to may give me either an investigate roll or a perception roll to look around and see if you can figure out what's going on here. If you succeed, then then anyone who has an appropriate history skill may make a roll. If there's enough successes, I will grant some history rolls.
Okay.
But you need to actually find the evidence first.
Yeah. Well, in fact, Cameron will.
Well, all right, never mind. We're done. Cameron rolled a 22 on his investigation.
All right.
Glix rolled a 17.
Cameron
So
follow
between Glix and Cameron, you are able to uncover some actual iconography. Yes, the 23 perception.
I must be at the center of attention.
Yeah. I'm the
Yeah, but look at
historian.
look.
Listen,
See, I
I'm
found the rest of the
historian
punctuation.
here.
Cito's like, yeah, but look, you forgot some of the punctuation that I found in here.
Well,
All
you
right.
stole my natural
Stanzas.
20 there.
So yes,
You stole my natural 20.
I
there.
saw. Yeah. So, Cameron, you did not roll particularly well in your history roll, but your base bonus is high enough that, and knowing when you're from, your difficulty for this is only a 5, so you actually couldn't fail this roll.
Yep. Cool.
I forgot that as I was saying. Wait, no, your bonus is high enough that it's rolling is irrelevant. Never mind. Also, I'd probably give you allow you to take 10 on this anyways. So
Fair enough. Yeah. So.
So yeah, you're able to hem and haw, but like I look at it. And say, oh, this is a temple to the Earth God from your time.
Right.
The Lord of Earth, the Master Crafter.
The Master Crafter, huh? That's
Yes.
it.
Actually, very similar portfolio to the current God of Earth. Turns out.
Must have cribbed this style. Got it.
But yeah, he was kind of a bit of a hermity reclusy god, and had sort of his followers were very sort of insular, and they did not like sharing knowledge. The thing that excites you most about this, Cameron, is you are 95% sure that this is the one that actually invented the technology that you use for your gun.
Right. Cameron just sort of nods, but it's like, well, looks like finally hit a little pay dirt here. Assuming there's still some, resources in these ruins.
But yes, temples from what you remember, you never basically what you remember is that this particular deity's followers, if you weren't a member of the clergy or member of the orders that followed him, you weren't allowed in their temples.
Yeah,
they were very paranoid about this shit.
Yeah, employees only and all that shit. Right. Yeah.
So you have heard tales of adventurous bandits or burglary types sneaking into their temples and not coming back out.
This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
Yeah, there's in fact effectively a sort of a sign that says no trespassing.
Yep. Decapitations will continue until looting improves. I get it.
Yes. It very much is the sign in question has a very much of a go the fuck away warning sign type thing to it.
Jeez,
even if you can't read it. Cameron can read it.
I was like, oh man, it's like a welcoming mat right there. Fantastic.
But it's just an image
you
of the old god
that,
there.
You're remembering that the god in question himself was as I said, a hermity, sort of a bit paranoid hermity. But dear God, their clergy were assholes.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining there's a big relief of this god, and it's like got one hand pointing to where you would be to read this iconography, and then one hand pointing to the exit.
He's like, listen, if you think this is bad enough, you should have been around back when they were doing their annual conferences and when the keynote was happening. Oh boy, you wouldn't hear the end of it from them. You had to be there. I mean, literally, you had to be there. There
is. Yeah, fair enough. The entrance to the temple is in fact open. The door succumbed to the centuries of neglect and being not the best environment for it's a big stone door, and one half of it has been sort of fallen inwards and is collapsed. The other half looks fine, but you can see a passageway going into the temple. What would you like to do?
Go through the door of the temple?
I mean, you could do that. Or you could say mission accomplished and just go back home if you want. That's an option you
Like
take.
Cameron's just sitting there thinking, like, well, this is definitely confirming some thoughts, but
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You can interject.
No, it's nothing important. You go.
Cameron's like, I have to admit that there is the possibility of some resources that I can make use of that might be in here. If there's any place they're going to be in the immediate future, they will be in here.
What you're saying is there's treasure in there, and we should definitely go in and get it.
No, not treasure. Instructions, notes, weapon modifications, those sort of things. Not
Okay,
treasure.
that last one sounds like treasure. The other two sounds like treasure to nerds who we could sell this to when we get off the rock.
If by sell to nerds you mean I hold on to it till I find someone who can help me research into it, then sure.
Oh, I didn't know we were nerds now, but okay.
I mean, you're obviously a nerd. I mean, you care that much about your weapon, but that's beside the point.
Yaglix, you love me. We're bestest friends. Tell him how much you love me. Tell him how much you love me. Tell him. Shut up, Bob.
Aw, it's adorable. Anyways,
His emotional support weapon.
the slaying eye dog there, yeah.
Hey, that's good.
But Cameron's like,
Both are good,
most notably, what I would expect to find in here, if there's any sort of resources, are alternate versions of these. He pulls out the gun and kind of taps on the prism in the chamber. It's like, it's just like, and if I remembered right, if you put a different prism in here, you get different, functions, to say the least.
Are you saying we could find more of those things?
Well, maybe the
Different
entire
crystals?
thing, perhaps, but at the very least, the prisms. I would assume that,
Yeah.
hopefully.
That sounds like a really good reason to go in there.
But I'll admit that is a fairly selfish reason to go in. So,
Gears is like, we did not just walk a day and a half through the jungle and get attacked by snakes to go back now.
I mean, to be fair, you scared the shit out of those snakes. So I don't know. I mean, that was
Yeah, we did.
Like, let's just go in and let's hope we can find something useful.
Kali is just trying to figure out what the most appropriate way to enter such a temple would be, which is kind of difficult considering that this is a temple to a god that's been gone for a really, really long time. But
Yeah.
she's trying to figure it out anyway.
Yeah.
So
and equally important, a god whose followers.
hey,
Not only was this an old god, that it also a god who was a recluse with even more reclusey followers. So
yeah, but considering that she's thinking about the best way to get into it because she is going into it. I mean, it's like, yeah, you might not be happy to have me in here, but I'm gonna try and be nice about it anyway. You know.
yeah, fair. Yeah,
In all of this, Cito is not super invested in most things that were put forward. Right now, she's looking at that the door that's on like the ground, and is basically inclined to just use prestidigitation and just chill on it because it's the cleanest place to rest.
Honestly, yeah.
Are we going in? Let's go in.
You head in.
Even if they're like, I know that there are whole things that say it's like, yeah, no, if you don't belong to this order, stay out. Kali is like, I'm an agent of death. I go where I want. So
I mean, fair actually. I mean,
Yeah.
they disagree with you, but fair.
I mean,
well,
they can disagree.
you
all they
can
want.
you can argue with death. That doesn't matter. It's just,
I mean, listen. Unless
but
they're
you can
somehow-
argue with it.
Maybe in their afterlife they're still working on stuff and being belligerent about it.
they like got their own little section of the afterlife. So it's like, no, you can't come in here.
Come in here. We're still working on it. No, you can't. But anyways, let's go in and die already.
All right,
I guess.
excellent. You head into the temple. So the thing that you find is once you get a little bit further in through the entrance, it is much cooler in here. Almost like it's a giant stone temple. And so while Eric gets in, it definitely is kept. It's not cool in here, but in comparison,
Well,
Ito appreciates this change of environment.
You've got a stone temple, but where are the pilots?
I'm thinking about the off-handed joke about the original original design purpose of air conditioning right now, which was not to keep employees calm and happy. It was to keep textiles from going bad.
Yes. Additionally, you are now traversing across a reasonably smooth stone floor. I mean, it's not as smooth as it probably was in its heyday.
Sure,
but you're not walking across a jungle floor, so hey, bonus.
Well,
Ito appreciates this intensely.
And also, after you get in about 20 feet into the entrance, before you get there, you notice that it's dark.
Yep.
But once whoever's in the lead gets about 20 feet in, you notice that there are little sconces in the wall that sort of flare up with sort of ghostly light.
Oh, great. So basically, this is overly manufactured. Fantastic. Oh,
I mean, this is what the god of both earth and crafting. So
yes, very nice. So wait, this is a Dwarf Fortress? Shit. No, it can't be that. We're still alive. It can't be that.
Yeah, fair.
You walk in and die.
If we're still alive, then that means that we're in the economy phase.
Yeah. Well, Karen's like, well, I wouldn't expect any less. So the fact that it's still working like this at this point, yeah,
mildly impressive, actually.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to, I guess.
All right, so you traverse down the hallway for a while. Eventually, you get to the point where you sort of are coming up on a four-way intersection in the hallway. It's not very far, not that far in, like obviously, it's but you're sort of at a point where there's a four-way intersection. It looks like there probably are some like large rooms off to the side. Who is in the lead?
I'm feeling like Cameron and Kali would be among the people in the front most likely.
Okay.
I think she.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's light in here now, so I guess that would be true.
Yeah, there's a built-in lighting system.
There is.
So
it's quite lovely. All right, so Kalia and Cameron, I would like a perception roll from you two.
Got it. Cameron has been really bad on his rolls today.
Indeed, a 4. That's a bar. An 11 by
It's okay,
Kalia.
I rolled average.
All right. Average. Okay. So here's what happens.
Cool.
Cameron.
Yeah.
You are sort of looking around. You sort of looking down the side hallways as you step out into the middle of the intersection. Kalia, you notice that as he's stepping out into the middle of the intersection, he's stepping onto what looks like a very, very slightly raised portion of the floor. Unfortunately,
I wonder what that's about.
Exactly as his foot presses down on it, you see it depress slightly. You hear a click.
Oh dear.
Kalia, since you rolled an 11, you did roll well enough for this. I will give you the chance to make a dex saving throw to pull Cameron out of the way of what's about to happen.
I will attempt to do so.
Yes.
You always choose not to. Cameron probably deserves it. So.
Ha ha! Well.
Yeah, no. You're like, uh-oh. All right, Cameron, you step on the thing. You hear the audible click.
Uh-huh.
You hear an ominous humming noise coming from the walls, from the wall sconces.
Uh-huh.
And now I want a dex save from you to reduce the damage about what you're about to take, as you are hit by a bolt of light. Oh, you succeed! Excellent. All right, so you're going to take half of this damage.
Yeah, all things considered, it's probably a good thing I didn't tackle him out of the way. I'm wearing more metal than he is.
Fair point.
Yeah. How much damage do I take from that?
You take two lightning damage. Since you save for half.
Oh, okay. It's one of those prank buzzer. They got me with that one there. Woo.
But yes, you're beginning to remember tales, like, as I said, you heard tales of
Assholes.
burglars going in and not coming out.
Yeah. Okay.
I-
Okay.
I imagine the only reason Cameron's still alive is because this thing's been around here forever and nobody's recharged the trap.
Maybe that could be a possibility.
I mean, listen. Okay, Cameron's lived in a dormitory. He's dealt with worse pranks. Buckets of water propped on the door frame. Like buzzers in hands, buckets of knives propped on door frames. The standard pranks.
Yeah, buckets of acid propped up on door frames.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to think. Timeshare agreements propped on door frames. Common pranks.
All right. As you continue further down the hallway, do you want to? If you poke off to the side rooms, they look like sort of. One of them is very clearly a. One of them, it looks like sort of a bunk room, kind of.
Okay.
Most of the stuff that would be in, like, that's a guess. Like, the stuff that would have made it comfortable living has long since rotted away.
Right.
But you can see the forms of, like, stone beds still there that probably had bedding on them, but that's long gone. You see remnants of broken down chairs and stuff like that, and tables and such. But like it pretty clearly was a sort of a bunk room type thing. The room across the way here is what looks like very clearly was a kitchen, basically, sort of kitchen / sort of dining area.
Okay.
As you go down the hallway after that, there's not much in there of interest, unfortunately, at this point. Again, the ravages of time have been unfortunate.
Right.
In addition to the lights along the walls, and you at this point know to avoid certain areas of the floor. I'm not going to make you roll for those anymore.
Cool.
But you do notice that there are alcoves every now and then that you see, like what looks like a broken down sort of statues and statuary in them that have broken over the years. You come to another four-way intersection. I'm assuming you want to be careful in moving through it.
As an option.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
I was this. Cameron, do people want to stride boldly through the intersection?
No, because Cito can't stride.
Yes, but you can skirt your way around the pressure plates.
See, like, that was actually like a line of thought of mine. Would it be better to just set them all off, because movement's going to be really hard for her?
I mean, there's enough space where you can move around. I think the point is that Cameron stepped on it.
There's enough space to move around. You do notice that the pressure plate popped back up after Cameron got off it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, there's plenty of space to get around them. It's not like
there's got to be enough space to get around them because the people who live here have to be able to get through without setting off the traps.
Yeah.
We lived here, I should say.
It's more like, you trip it if you're not paying attention to things. It's more of...
Yep. The next pair of rooms that you see off to the sides, one of which looks like it was a library of sorts. Unfortunately, anything that resembled a book or a scroll or anything like that has long since moldered away. Again, like
size.
time and exposure to the humidity of the jungle has not helped. Like, it's less humid in here, but it's still, no. The other side looks like it was a workshop of some sort.
Okay. Well, the workshop is of interest to Cameron.
There is some stuff in here of interest to Cameron.
Yeah.
While there are no crystals or any of the stuff that you're looking for, there are tools.
Got it.
Of
all right.
various sorts that you sort of look at, you sort of vaguely recognize from like the guys who do the maintenance on weaponry for your unit.
Right. So yeah, that's stuff that Cameron will definitely be spending some time
you
gathering.
Think you recognize what most of them are for?
Yeah. And even if he doesn't, having the tools and figuring out what they do later on is better than.
If you're able to get yourself basically gather what you think is a full set of tools they're somewhat mismatched. They're from like different sets because like some of them are broken over the years and such. But you're able to get what you think is roughly a full set of tools.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's pretty clear that you also see the remnants of manuals and such, but they are in such terrible shape they're unreadable at this point.
Right.
From there, you are roughly, you'd say, about 2/3 of the way into the temple, from what you're guessing from the size, when you emerge into a very large room that looks kind of like sort of almost like a sort of a mini cathedral almost. There are, hang on, there are what look like sort of the middle of there's what look like sort of an altar to the back of the room as you're coming in. There are 4 along those sides of the walls. There are 4 sort of raised platforms with statues of warriors of what look like sort of they're statues of warriors. They are dressed in the regalia of the temple guard. What you remember the temple guards sketch from your time for this god. There's a sort of large sort of what looks like it's sort of filling the air what would look like sort of you'd normally have like rugs. It's sort of the middle of the floor in here has been inlaid with sort of turquoise looking crystal in sort of patterns in sort of way, and there are a bunch of stone chairs along the outsides of the middle of the room that are still mostly intact. What do you guys do?
I think of or like over that. There's definitely a lot to take in through that. Shoot.
Is there a map we should be on?
Not yet.
Okay.
Right. So
I will drag you there if it becomes appropriate.
Yeah. So I think you mentioned an altar at one point.
Yeah, an altar at the back of the room. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Cameron's going to be watching the floor carefully, but he is going to be trying to make his way towards the altar, I guess, is one way too.
So you're making your way in.
Yeah.
Here's gonna go with.
Yeah, I'll follow Cameron
as well.
All right. Anybody else? I think Injury said you were going in also.
Yes.
I may have missed what the other options were.
There aren't really any other options. You could wait in the hallway, I guess.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Cito?
That's a.
Sure, why not?
All right. So,
what else is there to do?
Not much. I will now move you to the. So, Cameron, as you get sort of most of the way towards the altar, all of you notice that the lighting in the room sort of flares slightly brighter, and the 4 statues start to move.
Yeah. Okay. This seemed like it was going to happen.
Yep.
Is this a usual thing? Are they here to give us presents?
They start moving on their platforms and look like they are readying their swords to attack. All right, Cameron, you should be most of the way towards the. When you put your tokens on, you should be most of the way towards the altar. Everyone else can place themselves as they see fit in the room, roughly. Though you should be roughly middle-ish, I'm guessing.
Oh, the stuff in the middle here is like carpeting. Okay.
It's not actually carpeting. It's that sort of inlaid turquoise sort of crystal I mentioned.
Roger, Dodger.
It is probably back here because, like, 1, she's slow. 2, she's just kind of vaguely following.
I'm sticking close to Cameron because I'm not letting my druid go in there and get attacked by terracotta warriors for nothing.
Totally not terracotta warriors. Totally not. Nope. All right. Also, you notice that each of the terracotta warriors they both have 2 swords that they wield. Well, they have 2. They've got like a sword in one hand and one at their hilt. They all at their hip. 2 of them, the swords are holding in a hand are broken. So when they release them, the broken ones fall to the floor. The other 2, the swords start floating up into the air as the terracottas draw the swords at their hips. So So as you can see, they're the 2 floaty swordy things.
Floaty bits there.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
So I'm going to roll initiative for the statues and the 2 flying swords.
All right. Click on engineer.
Once again, Cameron just rolls absurdly high for initiative as usual. And I gotta be right back. Someone at the door.
Wow. Okay. The Terracotta Warriors rolled like poop.
Yeah, they did.
They are giant stone statues.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to imagine we all walked in here and noticed the statues. And everybody's like, "All right, keep an eye on the statues. We know what's going to happen.
Wait, what's gonna happen? And then, oh right, the statue. Shit, I forgot about those.
Well, you hadn't actually. I'll put it this way: you're not surprised surprised that the god of Earth has stuff like this, but
No.
they were not like tales of them either.
Because like Cameron's like, all right, when I went to that tour during like elementary school, I remembered, but I forgot about the statue. Shit.
Is that a thing we should have always known?
No.
Why
So
are-
I probably should have known, but whatever.
So here's what's going to happen: the statues are going to take steps off. The statues are going to get a quasi surprise round. They basically get to move.
Mm-hmm.
But like just so that they're not like so that you guys actually can reasonably have actual reactions to them on the first round.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Let me check their speed is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they don't get full moves, but doop, doop. Actually, that should be that's nope. He's 2, 4, 4. There we go. For the time being, and the flying sword sort of doop 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 doop. All right, and now I will sort the initiative list. Assuming everybody's on it. Everybody's on it. Excellent. So it is good guys, bad guys. Okay.
Fair enough.
I'm just like looking at this, like, and yeah, you guys all beat them. Okay. I mean, not hard with the Terracotta Warriors rolling a 1 on initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the swords have a +2 to the initiative bonus. Too bad they rolled a 4 on the die. So, Cameron,
right.
you are up first.
Yeah, I think what Cameron's going to do is try to think of like the best way to manage these threats to kind of mostly keep pressure away from Cito back there. So I'm thinking what he might end up doing to start would be to, of course, outside of pulling out his gun, is run over to this one here.
Okay.
He's going to start by doing a shot against this guardian here.
Okay.
And it's going to slap an unbalanced foe on it with mentioning to Kalia, hey Kalia, pick up that one there so we can pin these all together. And he's going to line up, take a shot, crit.
Oh, you crit it.
Nice. Good shot.
16 damage. And Kalia has a
Oh.
So they have a vulnerability to crits. They are brittle. A critical hit thrown against a Terracotta Warrior, it shatters and is destroyed.
Well, all right then.
well. Cameron's like, well, that was easy. He's gonna
He's like really busily like going over towards the other statue, so he kind of fires the gun over his shoulder and takes the statue's head off.
So yeah, the shot basically goes right through the center of the statue's head. It shatters into a bunch of pieces, and the statue collapses to the floor and breaks apart.
Cameron will act.
I was wondering if these were going to have one of those rules.
I didn't even realize it was a rule that could have applied here. So yeah,
They have a
Cameron...
lot of immunities and other stuff. So yeah.
Well, that was a lucky shot there from Cameron.
Yes, it was.
He's going to hold on his action surge for the time being.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Kalia, you don't get the attack bonus, but
Cool.
it's the
That's
thought
fine.
that counts.
I was like, and in first shot. Well, okay, great.
Makes it easier for us.
Yeah,
So.
Kalia.
All right. Well, there's still 3 of them, so I'm still going to do this. I'm going to cast Bane.
Fair enough.
I was actually checking because it saes creatures, but I think that just means anything.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let me just check to see. I'm going to check their
Constructs
list.
are still
Entity.
creatures.
Yeah, combatants, really. Combatant entities,
all right.
non-combatant entities.
The Bane is neither poison nor psychic. Am I correct? Well, it's not damage that's relevant for that.
It's typeless
Yeah, I know.
of any sort.
So it does not impose any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, or poisoned. Correct?
It just applies a penalty.
I know.
So no. So yeah, we're good. So I figured it was a generic enough thing that it would work.
No,
so.
absolutely. I'm just mentioning that these things have a list of damage and condition immunities that it's kind of astonishing. Constructs, you say?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, let's hope that they don't have incredibly, powerful personalities, because this is a charisma save for all three of the statues.
Oh boy. What's the DC on it?
It's only 13.
They can pass it.
Okay. I mean, you have screwed me over a couple of times when I've tried to.
One failure.
Okay.
2 failure.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
3 failure.
All right. Awesome. Okay.
Notice the modifier on these rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you -1 then overall roll.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so-
rolled a 4 and got a -1. Like.
Yep.
All right. As long as I concentrate for up to 1 minute, each time that all three of them make a saving throw or an attack roll, they must roll a d4 and subtract that d4 from their roll.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move boot and have both the sword and the statue in my circle of influence, basically.
Yep. They're baned.
Hooray! That's me.
All right. Goddamn. Injure.
Action.
I was like, okay,
I'm-
it's a saving throw. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the stats, and I was like, oh, they're just screwed no matter what stat he mentions.
Mhm.
On the,
Is it a strength saving throw?
Yeah, basically, strength, dex, and con are not negative. The mental stats all negative.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, they're immune to most things that would make them pay for making like an int save or win save or a charisma save.
Yeah, don't try and poison these, like you said. So
Don't try to poison them. Don't try to put them to sleep. Don't try to blind them. Don't try to charm them. Don't try to deafen them. Don't try to make them tired. Anyway, shiver. Don't try to scare them. Don't try to paralyze. It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, Injure, what are you doing?
Jiren is definitely going to interpose himself between Sito and the remaining Guardian statue back here,
Okay.
so she has some cover. And then he's going to go at it with the Guardian statue.
Okay.
So let's start.
One of those cases where Flurry of Blows might be Flurry of Blows might be prudent just because you're fishing for crits at that point.
I don't have to declare the Flurry of Blows until I start doing the bonus action.
Right. I know. I'm just saying, like.
So first it is Spear.
Stab him. Yeah, the 25 hits.
25
Almost
for 12.
a crit.
Just short of a crit. 19 on the die. So one-handed is or two-handed?
Two-handed, as usual.
Damn, I couldn't remember which it was off the top of my head. Okay, well, that is 12 damage.
Yes.
And now...
So it's got a spear through its non-existent guts.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I think the only one who does...
You do pierce it. You poke a hole in the statue. It seems mildly annoyed.
I
At
think the
this
only
point-
one who uses their weapon one-handed is Kalia.
Yes.
The people that can use them two-handed, specifically.
Yeah, because Kali has always got her shield out.
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and now is the time to go for the Flurry of Blows with lightning. So let me click my key point.
They are not immune to lightning damage. Okay.
Lightning is actually pretty good. So
Oh, no, it is.
all right, so here is the first one.
17 will hit.
So that's 7 lightning,
Okay.
and then 14.
A 14 will not hit. Oh, sorry, the 17 won't hit either. I'm sorry.
The 17 will not hit.
No.
Oh dear.
They're very tough.
Yeah.
So
There's a reason that they have the if you crit them they die thing.
Okay.
Garen made this look way too easy. Just like
Yeah.
I was just like, looking, it's like, okay. I was like, so does the 14 hit? I look it up. Oh no, the 17 didn't hit either. My bad. I thought they had 17
Good to know.
AC. They do not. I misremembered.
This might be better for me to just do Dragon Breaths then. I can't hit these things. All right,
Well.
that is Injir's turn.
I mean, you can. You just have to roll a little bit higher than that. That's all.
it's just roll. You just have to
Cito.
like, actually roll.
So, a quick question because I have not been clear on this for the entire game, but I've also not had occasion to do this.
Mhm.
So I'm asking this now. When it says range area self 15-foot square, is that basically a close blast from 4th edition?
That is the way I've interpreted that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Cito is going to scoot here. Calmly inform Injir to mind their. Well, she was going to say ears, but she doesn't quite know how kobold
don't know.
physiology works. So ear analogs, and is going to make use of a little spell called Thunderwave.
All right.
They're going to be paralyzed.
Hmm?
Now they're going to be paralyzed.
It took me a moment, but I got it. But I'm like, no.
Mm.
All right. So con
That's,
save.
also
Is
good
it
choices.
con save for half damage or something?
It is a Constitution save, or they take damage. On a failed save, creature takes 2d6 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet from you. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and is not pushed.
Okay. So save for half damage on these two things basically, and avoid being pushed.
Yes.
That's fine.
And does Injir have to do a save?
No, you're not.
No, because I'm setting the
No.
box in such a way that you're
All right.
not getting
well,
hit.
The flying
All
sword
right.
will make it roll save first. It succeeds.
Mhm.
So it
Very
takes
All right.
five. It takes 5
Kiss
damage.
my ass.
And
All right, and then the
Guardian.
Guardian statue is going to have the Bane on its save throw.
So yes, I will roll d4 right now so we can keep track of this. -1.
Great.
I made a difference,
That
guys.
cancels its bonus,
Mm.
so it takes full damage.
You know what? It's good enough.
Statue is being pushed. So
We're-
Taking 10 and going over there.
so-
Beat it, buddy.
You probably shattered all the stone sheets there too.
Yeah, probably, but
Cito doesn't care. He's not an archaeologist.
yes, the Guardian statue is now quote bloodied end quote.
All right, and with that line of thoughts,
One question, actually, because it was pushed out of the
No.
Injir's. Okay, it's
no,
not.
that does not provoke. And Cito is going to be providing inspiration to Glix.
I am inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are.
All
I'm
right,
inspired to do carnage.
Glix.
All right. I am going to use a little thing that I hardly ever use. Hexblade's Curse on the one fighting Kalia.
Okay, curse on that one.
This is not the same as the spell Hex.
Yes.
Yeah, it is +2 bonus to damage rolls. I score a crit or a 19 or 20. When it dies, I get 18. I get 8 hit points back.
What am I gonna use for that?
It's the Meligant spell.
1, 2, 3. I can get there. Haha!
Okay.
And ask them a question.
Hey,
Oh,
that's a 19.
That is in fact a crit. Yes.
Hurrah! Extended crit range.
Splat.
Unfortunately, I can't do that again until I finish a short rest. But
Still,
Yeah, it worked out.
that's big.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Awesome. So yeah, Glix goes casts the spell, runs over, leaps up, bob overhead, smashing down on the statue's head, and cleaves it. It would cleave it in twain if it wasn't made of terracotta. It sort of shatters into pieces. You start cleaving in twain, and then it just sort of crumbles into bits of pottery.
You get like 3/4 of the way down. You're like, yes, this is gonna be so awesome, and then it just kind of crumbles around. It's like, ah.
Close enough.
Bob is sort of like, yes, no.
This is your fault, Glix. Your edge alignment's just terrible. You got to watch your grip on that.
All right. Turn of the Flying Swords.
Before that goes off, I should mention that that was Thunderwave that I used.
Yep.
So the room got really, really, really loud because this is an enclosed space. Because things could hear this up, like at a reach of 300 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is it is a big boom that goes off.
Yeah.
It is loud.
Don't care.
Yep. Maybe mild tinnitus.
Oh, poor Glix's big ass ears.
Well, you were further away at least. All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the walls are made of stone, so Okay, Flying Sword is attacking Kalia because you're right there.
Yes.
So yeah, as an aside, both the Terracotta Warriors and the Flying Swords have the trait False Appearance, which means they appear when they're motionless and aren't doing their thing. They're indistinguishable from a normal sword or statue.
Right.
But yes, a Flying Sword will attack Kalia. Hata!
Okay.
It rolls a 1, so 4.
The sword drops itself.
No.
Oh man, it armed itself. Wait, it had no armor to begin with. Oh, it was always disarmed.
Whoop. And it's going to attack. This one's going to attack. Actually, it's going to attack you. Thunderwaved it, Cito. So you get the pointy bit.
Oh, good.
It also rolls a 1 on that natural 1, so it misses also.
Tito is absolutely okay with not getting cut.
I don't blame you.
You
Guardian statues, though.
I continue the trend of not being hit in combat.
I don't. While they are large, they do not actually have reach.
They're not in charge, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Right. 2 attacks against. They have multi-attack. 2 attacks on Cameron.
Okay.
Cool.
Hata.
All right.
20.
So you're gonna want to roll that 4. That D4.
Oh, you are right. I am.
Yep.
A 19.
Still hits.
I tried.
Take 4 damage.
Yep. Let's see what the other attack does.
All right, let me roll the d4 for this one before ahead of time. So it's minus 3 on this roll.
Uh-huh.
Boy, howdy, it misses.
Yeah. Sure
All right,
does.
So that's that. The other guardian statue will attach Injir. D4. Minus 1 on this roll. A 12, sorry, Injir.
Nope.
Minus 1 this roll.
One of these days, this penalty is going to make a difference.
16? Nope. That needs a 17 to hit.
Hey, it made a difference!
Hooray!
Yeah.
That is it for the round. Cameron.
Well, okay, it's the top of the round. I'm just like, well, all right, let's make this boo-da-doo. I'm just double checking the way the features are written up here. Okay. I am going to attack the flying sword over by Cito and use defensive command to give Cito a bonus to AC.
Okay.
Assuming I hit.
A 12 will miss.
It will miss. Yep. Cameron will grimace a bit and think about his life choices for a moment.
How much is the bonus again? 3?
No. If I hit.
If you hit. Okay.
Yeah. So, Cameron is just going to think on it a moment, then burn action surge and do the same thing.
Okay.
That will hit.
That will definitely hit. Damage? Yeah,
12 damage.
Yeah, so the bolt of energy strikes the sword and cleaves the blade off from the hilt, and the two bits fall to the floor into a heap.
If the remains of that sword try to attack you, Cito, you do get a +3 to your defense against it. Just letting you know, okay?
Excellent.
All right, Kalia. Or is there anything else? Sorry.
No. That's it. That's it.
All right, Kalia, you're up.
Right. So let's, I guess, shuffle around to be here, and then I'm gonna smack this sword.
Okay.
I hit the sword with my. This is a bad. Okay, Fire Emblem has told me this is a bad idea, but let's see how it turns out. Did that roll it? It did.
A 22 will in fact hit. Yes.
Sweet.
Since Cameron's 22 hit, your 22 hits.
8 damage.
All right, it takes 8 damage.
Dunk.
It is effectively bloodied. I mean, it's at that. It is roughly half health.
Mm-hmm.
Clonk. It sort of wobbles in the air and seems to be, you definitely chipped its blade, not yours.
Yeah, good
Anything
time.
else?
No. I mean, I maintain concentration, so
Fair enough.
I've got the statues affected. So.
All right, Injir.
Injir just kind of cartwheels over the wreckage of the chair, and it looks down at the two statues and just spits out a nice bolt of lightning.
Ah, okay.
So that's going to be 30-foot line. It's 5 foot wide, going south.
Sure.
So-
You get them both.
Yeah, it's going to hit them both. And it is 2d. Did I roll it? All right, so it did
Ooh.
4.
All right.
4 points of damage.
All right, hang on.
Half if they
Yep.
beat 13.
Well, first I've got to make the roll for the Bane. Okay, it's -3 to the save.
All right,
Nice.
so they got to beat 16.
And say, what type of save? Dex?
Dex.
No. So it takes the full 4 damage. Ow. And this one. Oh god, -4 to its save on this one. It drops it to a
Hey.
13.
It must make a save of 13, so that 13 means it
Aw.
does.
13 makes it.
So it takes 2.
I mean, you are hitting terracotta with lightning, so I mean,
Yeah, it's not too bad.
no. You did some damage.
And I believe that is all I can do.
Okay. Cito.
Oh wait, yeah, that's all I do. Never mind.
Well, you know how the musical adage goes. Second verse, same as the first. Mm-hmm. Scoot around over here. Boop. Gonna tag both of these things
Yep, you
with
can get
same
both of them.
spell.
Yep. Boop, 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 boop.
Better wave.
All
All
right.
right.
If they succeed, they take. Okay, so all right. So first one, D4, -2 to the roll. This is a
Boom.
con save.
Crumble.
Yep. So
Yes, con.
no, 9 will
No.
finish that statue off.
Yeah, crumble.
Crumble, crumble, crumble.
Blat. And the other one, -3 to the roll.
Ah,
But it rolled a 19. Base.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes 4 damage.
4. Yeah. I was pretty confident the first one was gonna die.
Good odds.
I understand that. Yes.
All right, Kerblamo. Glix, you're up.
All right, I figure Calia's got the sword handled, so I'm going to hex the remaining statue. Up. And I'm gonna hex its con so that what's her face can
So
Cito can
I can see
break
that.
it better. And I'll hit it with my axe.
Yep.
Or cleaver.
A 10 will not hit. So you swing Bob, and it catches slightly the wrong angle and sort of glances off of it. Alas
And yeah, that's what I got.
Flying sword.
I'm liking how the inspiration that I provided to Glix has received about as much validity as the bane that Kalia threw.
Hey,
I honestly
I made a difference
You're
in
leading.
one hit.
You got one success. Yeah.
The party still hasn't taken damage in this fight because of that.
True.
I actually forgot about the inspiration. That's what, an extra D6?
Yep.
It's a D6, but that you need to
can't
break
make
a
it,
7,
yeah.
at least a
Yeah.
17. We don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's
Probably
not gonna
18
hit.
or something. So yeah, don't waste it.
All right. Stabby. 7 does not hit you. Heta! Hetcha! Hetcha!
Clank, 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 clank.
All right. Guardian Statue will multi-attack again.
Come on.
And it's going to throw one attack on Cameron, one attack on Glix.
Why? I'm
Right.
adorable.
Let's see those fours. Let's see those fours.
All right.
It's immune to charm. So yeah.
Hey!
That must be it.
All right. So -2 to this roll against Cameron.
Yeah, that's not going to make a difference.
So 21.
All right, let me think here.
So you take
Cool.
5 piercing damage.
Yep.
All right. Attack against Glix. -3 to this roll. A 10.
Aha! I am dodgy.
All right.
That would have saved me from getting hit.
Cameron.
Someone's went only.
So first course of action is second wind.
Fair.
Cool. Heal back to 6. We're going to we're just gonna shoot this statue, and I'm gonna try to unbalance foe to give Ingir a bonus to attacks against it. So
Fair.
Mhm.
18.
18 will hit.
Sweet.
Aha.
10 piercing damage. And Ingir gets a +3 to attack rolls against it until the start of my next turn.
It
All right.
M4 effectively bloodied. It has both it and the sword have odd hit points, so it's at that break point.
Yeah.
Kalia.
I'm gonna hit the sword again.
Okay.
And see if we can finish it off. Hopefully. Hota. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, sweet. Cool. Lower AC than the big guys.
Yes.
Good. Chop. That's only 5 damage, though.
Will not drop it.
Unfortunately, I rolled almost minimum damage on that. But hey, I'm holding this one sword down while everyone else piles onto the big guy. So I think that we'll be good.
All right.
So.
Ingir.
And here does some more gymnastics to get over the ruins of the other stone chairs.
Yeah, it's getting kind of a lot of trash in this room now.
You now have
so.
advantage.
Advantage and +3.
Yep.
So let's get some normal attack. Do the normal attack, and then we'll do a flurry of blows if necessary. So
With the
So
+3,
15?
will hit, the 18 will hit.
all right, 18 for 8.
Ow.
All right, and then we'll go into the flurry of blows. Let me knock off that key point. And we go unarmed strike.
22 will
22.
hit.
That is, of course, lightning.
Mhm.
And then for flurry of blow.
Also will hit, and we'll finish it off. So Ingir comes cartwheeling in, stabs, and whop, 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 it crumbles into pottery in front of you.
Just smell the ozone.
Sito, if you can Thunderwave again, you will. I think you can't help but finish it off, basically.
Cito is not inclined to waste another spell
Fair enough.
on this fight.
That's fine. I'm just, yeah, you guys. I'm actually not. You know what? I'm not gonna make you guys roll it out.
I mean, I might just for the just to make it different, might try to perform a grappling check to force this into a scabbard at my side. Like, get in there, get in there.
All
See,
right.
I had a bit of a different plan. Cito was going to take her fire dagger and throw it at the sword.
Not a terrible plan.
Well, yes. So the things are dealt with. You have defeated the guardian statues and the two flying swords that were remaining.
Mm.
But yes,
Angiers just kind of standing on top of one of the ruined guardian statues. He kind of dusts himself off, clapping his hands. It looks to Cameron. He's like, "I am not impressed with the quality of the workmanship from your time."
You have to keep in mind this thing has been these are operating about what several centuries after their probably their operating window, so
with no maintenance.
I'm just
with no maintenance at that.
I'm just saying, if it had been a dragon, making it older would have made it better.
A dragon isn't a construct. What the fuck are you talking about, Ingier?
I was thinking like clay, really?
You know,
Yeah,
the famous clay dragon. You know,
I wonder, is there like a contract dragon?
Clay forged from Dragonfire, duh.
All right, Cameron's gonna walk over to the altar.
yeah.
Well,
Poking around. Yeah.
There is accoutrement. There is sort of religious accoutrement on there.
Cool. Choose your sacrilege. I get it.
Basically, yeah. Anyone who wants to, you two may give me investigation checks.
Okay.
No, investigation.
Apparently, there are construct dragons.
Oh, of course, they're construct dragons. I believe there's at least one clockwork dragon thing in the monster manual.
There's a dragon golem, and then there's a Chardalian dragon.
I found a really neat shard of pottery inside one of the statues.
Sure. Honestly, the level of care and craft that went into the pottery work on these statues is astonishing. It is seriously well done. Cameron, you actually, so yes, you're sort of poking. Everyone sort of pokes around in the thing. Around in the area. As I said, you find various sort of things. You find a bunch of stuff that's sort of generally associated with the worship of the former god of Earth. There's a stylized. An ornate stylized sort of what looks like a smithing hammer, but sort of one-handed sized. Though it is made of iron, and is not showing any signs of rust, which is like, yeah, this is very clearly iron, and it's not rusted at all. Lots of beautiful sort of detail work on it, and it's a very, very nice looking mini smithing hammer. But it's you recognize it as sort of a thing that is used during ceremony type stuff.
Right. But you could use it to do smithing if you want, but it's not really meant to do that.
I mean, I will say this flatly. Yeah, no, it very much could be used for smithing. None of the all of the religious accoutrements here are definitely, they're all sort of basically tools. And they're all usable as tools, but are not. I'm trying to think how to phrase this. But they were never. They basically, this god would never the clergy would never have made a religious implement that could not actually be used. They are too practical in that way.
I was going to say, this seems like a practical and pragmatic order and not one that is particularly inclined towards form over function.
I mean, they're very nice, they're pretty, but
Yeah.
they're very clearly very functional.
Nothing that's pretty and
Oh
useless.
God, no. But Cameron,
Yeah.
you also find what looks like a section of the altar top that, like, you can very, very faintly make out what looks like a square in the middle of it. That is like there's a sort of faint outline of, like, maybe it's a, like, it almost looks like the top is basically flat and smooth, but like you can sort of see a very faint sort of square sort of groove in the top of the altar, sort of in the middle. And when you press down on it, it doesn't really seem to give.
Do any of the tools that I have match the shape of that impression?
No. But you do have a
Does
hammer.
does the hammer match though?
It doesn't match per se, but it is a hammer. It can be used to hit things.
Right.
Like an indentation.
Right. Cameron looks at the indentation, like, and just picks up the hammer. It's like, just like hitting it against Paul's hand a little bit. Like, I wonder if this is a bad idea or a great idea.
I'm pretty sure it's both. Do it. What are you doing?
Well, you know,
Glitz is such a good friend.
Like, listen, I don't see any flame so we can't really strike this while it's hot, but
Only
Any
thing that's
objections?
important is, like, are you on the square? Are you on the level?
I mean, I've been
Square
called
right here, right now.
I mean, I've been called a square before, but I think that's not what you're referring to. Anyways, all right. But it was like, well, there's no objections. I don't think there's any harm in seeing if this does something here.
Okay. You strike.
And
you strike the indentation.
Yep.
All right. The hammer comes down. You all hear what sounds almost like a gong, despite the fact that it's not a gong. There's sort of metallic sort of ringing noise that happens when you strike.
The play button for a cassette player that's hidden underneath the altar. Got it.
And then, so as the echoing ring fades out, you hear the sound of stone grinding on stone as the wall right over here slides down into the floor, leaving a passageway that lights up down ahead of you, down the hallway.
Well,
They told you it was a good idea, and probably also terrible. Let's do it.
yeah. All right.
It was sealed up. That's a good sign. If there's anything down there, it's probably still down there.
Well, Cameron's just like, well,
Wait,
this
sorry, the way I said that.
we're already this far.
Right. All right. So you head down the hallway, and you come to a large stone door.
Cool.
Is there anything remarkable about the door?
You do not see any sort of. It looks like looks like a big heavy stone door that, from glancing at it, looks like it does swing inwards if you push on it, but you do not see any like handle or keyhole or anything like that.
Like, Cameron just sort of puts his chin in one hand, and like taps at the door with the hammer.
Tink, tink, tink. Nothing seems to happen.
No, that'd be too easy.
Kalia backs up a little bit and starts limbering up her shoulders.
All right, let's see
Slick
here.
steps to the side and does the whole sweeping after you, ma'am.
If you want to try forcing it open, just give me you may do so.
Yep.
All right, give me a strength check.
Unless Cameron starts to do something, or I'm going to tell him to please step aside, and I'm going to put my boot, very like straight thrusting motion because I don't want to break my toes.
That is the correct move.
I want to kick this door in a way that was most likely to injure myself. Okay.
All right, let me just like brace my toes between the stones as I,
I would put my foot on the
so I
door.
give myself a wedge.
Yep.
Would I put my foot on the door and have
I'm assuming
Cameron
you're going to
hit
take
me?
some time on this, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Make the roll, but the minimum roll is effectively a 10.
Okay. That sounds reasonable. Pota. That's a good thing it was a minimum of a 10.
So that's a 13. That's actually enough. So you plant your foot, and the initial push doesn't get it, but you eventually force it, and it starts swinging inwards slowly, making a grinding noise. And as it opens, you hear another gonging noise from the back of the room as you sort of walk in, and the room lights up. And I'm going to move you to the map because, yeah. Bump.
Oh dear. That's a circle.
They're little guys and flying daggers.
I imagine I pushed my way in, so I'll be
so
right
you guys
there.
are moving in. So what you see is a large room. There are two sort of what look like actually work tables along the side of the walls. Cameron, you know sort of the glint of crystal from the one on your left as you enter the room. So
Cool.
There are some magical looking circles in the middle of the room that are glowing right now. They weren't glowing when the door opened, but when the gong went off, they all started glowing, and the ambient light of the room came up. The large statue standing in front of the throne at the back of the room was actually sitting on the chair, but it stands up, draws its blade, gestures forward, and the daggers that were in the hands of the statues ringing the room start floating up and start moving into attack positions. Now, I'm going to ask now: does everybody have time to do a full fight, or do we want to put this off to next week?
We're good. I
I
got
have
nothing better to do.
It's mostly for Sarge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might be interrupted, but let's go.
Okay, let's get moving on it then. Everyone should roll initiative. Let me actually hang on. I need to remember to do the other thing, which I need to change to the other encounter thing and beyond.
Engineer is kung fu ready.
Oh, damn it.
Dato's just kind of along.
Well, the Ancient Guardian is not the fastest, though it rolls very well. So never mind. And the daggers, much less good. All right, and then is it re-rolled?
Mhm.
All right, then I will sort. So it is Ingir, the Guardian, Cameron, Kalia, Glix, the daggers, and then Sito. So Ingir, you're up first.
All right, let's see. So I got 40 movement. Best I'm going to be able to do is get to one of the daggers, I think. So let's be conservative and go to there. And attack the flying dagger.
You're in the Temple of Flying Daggers.
Now, I'm in the House of Flying Daggers.
I was making a side reference to that. Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
So that's an 11.
11 damage. Close.
All right. Looks like I can get away with just doing a regular secondary attack. So I will do that. It's 11.
Take it 11 misses.
11 misses, yes.
All right.
All right. So the very, very large construct looks like it looks much like what you see in the picture there. It is large, metallic. It looks like it's made out of forged iron. Again, doesn't seem to be rusting or anything like that, although this room has at least been sealed off against the atmosphere.
Hooray, Iron Golem.
Not actually an iron golem, thankfully. I
think it would probably.
I would not.
kill
I am
us.
not trying to murder the party.
Actually, that'd be pretty bad.
And it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh dear God, that is faster than anticipated.
It's speed 30 feet. But it cannot get to you. It cannot attack you this turn. And you are very fortunate. Oh wow, Cameron, you are 5 feet too far away for what it wants to do.
Nice.
I'm looking at the range on the special ability. Nice. Well, oh well, can't do that. All right. It would like to do something. Can it do? What else can it do? Oh, I wish it was 5 feet closer. Oh well. It's done.
All right.
Cameron, you're up.
Now you said this one over here is where you like the crystal stuff was
Yes.
seen. Like, all right. Cameron's gonna move like, let's say here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And he is just going to just fire off a shot against the guardian to keep its attention on him.
Okay.
You also will unbalance it so that I don't know.
Okay.
I'll unbalance it. So trying to think here, like Injure will get a bonus to attacks against it. So no, Cameron misses with a botch there.
Okay. You do miss. Yep.
And that's his turn.
All right. By the way, you guys could have taken a short rest if you wanted one. I forgot to mention that. You definitely had time.
Oh, excellent.
Kalia.
All right, let's give this a shot. I am going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the Guardian.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to move boop, 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 30 feet. And I'm going to swing my axe at this guy. Does flanking actually give me advantage, or is
It
there
does.
some... Okay.
It does not have any immunity to anything like that.
Hata! 18.
An 18 will hit.
Okay, that's a good sign. So, let me actually just make sure I actually say that this is... Here, I'll actually hit the cast so it takes a nice slot. Okay, so this is going to take... Okay, there's going to be an additional 4 damage on top of this then. So 13 damage.
13 damage. I'm checking to see if it's got anything wonky. You are not doing bludgeoning damage, so okay.
Nope. It is slashy damage. So
All right. Then it takes the 14 damage you said?
13 damage.
13. All right.
Oh, dear.
Katang!
See, the reason I put this on was like, I feel like I'm going to be hitting this thing a lot, so I better put some bonus damage on this.
Fair. I don't blame you on that. Elsa, you are correct. Injure. Sorry, Glix, I mean.
All right. Oh, my 30 feet, because I imagine Injure's going to go there. I'm going to hex the bastard.
Okay. All of the conditions.
Yep. And I will ask him a question.
Okay. A 16 glances off the armor.
All right.
Off
And
its,
I'll,
off its iron hide.
I guess I will hex its pawn again in case someone decides to start throwing thunder waves around.
That is a good stat choice to choose if you want to hex one of its stats.
All right.
All right. The flying daggers go. Well, one attack's injured because it's right there. Whata! A 17.
17? That's it.
Take 5 piercing damage.
-5.
No.
All right, Kalia, you're being attacked with advantage by the flying dagger.
Okay. Okay.
Ouch.
I have a stupid question for you, Peter.
Okay, I'm ready for the stupid question.
Is this a weapon attack?
Yes.
I have damage resistance.
Nice. Excellent.
It's important that I ask you this.
It is a weapon attack. It is a weapon, and it's attacking you. So yes.
That's neat. I don't know how you got it, but that's really cool.
I have heavy weapon master.
Heavy armor.
Heavy armor master.
Oh,
yes.
heavy armor master. Yeah, so it's like -3 damage. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
that's from non-magical weapons. So this is also important if this counts as a magical.
It does not count as a it does not count as a magical attack.
Okay. So
Now, I will point out that this does invoke a concentration check, though.
okay. So this is Constitution.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
rolled a
just-
6.
You lost Hunter's Mark.
Well, fine.
But yes,
That's
you
fine.
would normally have taken 6 damage from that attack, but you only took 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Glix, your turn.
I just had my turn.
No, you're being attacked.
Oh no, that's unnecessary. That does in fact hit me. But Hex is not a concentration spell, thankfully.
So take 3
Actually,
damage.
it is.
No,
Pretty
it's
sure
not.
it is. Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's not. Let me double check.
It is.
You can control for like 8 hours, but it is a concentration spell.
Oh yeah, what do you know? Okay.
It's the same as Hunter's Mark, effectively, which is why I know that.
All right. Well, I guess I'll make my own Constitution save there.
You're
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine on that one. All right, Cameron.
Do it.
A crit. 24. Take
Just
5.
with sharper knives.
Enjoy your 1 extra damage there.
Oh yeah. Ha!
It's these daggers that are getting the crits because
Fair.
Yeah.
Cito, you're up.
oh man, we just need to get a little bit more and then we'll have just this giant X in the middle of the battlefield.
So I don't like using AoE spells to hit a single target. So what I am inclined to do here is provide Cameron with inspiration and then cover the dagger, Cameron, and the Guardian.
All right.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, no, maybe not. Because I am inclined to also do a level 2 version of Thunder Wave, which would probably wreck Cameron, even if I rolled well enough, even on a save. So maybe not.
I would say do it anyway. I have second wind. I can heal myself. So
All right. Well, let me just tick these off. Move over here. Oop, not there.
Oh yeah, the inspiration
Yep.
you gave me is gone now.
At this point, yeah, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Took off the inspiration. You know how it works.
Yep.
Thunderwave, level 2.
All right.
Man, I
Constitution.
rolled garbage. Ugh. Yes.
Cameron saves without needing the inspiration, so he's going to take 5 damage from that.
All right. The flying dagger. Con save, you said?
Yes. 14 is the target number.
Yeah, no, it takes full damage.
Mhm.
That will drop it to 1.
Mm-hmm.
So close.
And the
Crappy
golem,
damage roll.
All right, let's see what this guy's backing.
Con is hex, so it's disadvantage on this?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. All right. Here we go.
Oh,
You bastard.
Still made it. Oh well.
no, that is a very good Constitution score. So,
Yes.
yeah.
It is its second best stat.
What's his best stat?
Strength.
Charisma.
Charisma, absolutely. Yeah.
He has a bubble singing voice.
I don't know. It looks very learned. So
No, that's right. That's wrong. That's 84.
All right.
I mean, it knew we were coming.
that's a good point. So it's got a good wisdom, right? You know, good listen.
It's
stat.
wisdom.
Absolutely.
Wisdom is actually its best of its mental stats. It's in fact its third best stat.
Okay.
It's
wow.
second.
All right.
It's third. Yeah, behind strength, con, then wisdom, then dex, then int, then charisma. All right. That is it for.
Oh,
Siege.
Cameron still has the
Inspiration.
inspiration for later shenanigans at the least, so.
Yep.
Injure.
All right, Injur's gonna try to take out this flying dagger that's right next to him first.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't see a life bar over Cameron, so I don't know if you scribe down the damage.
Yeah. For some reason, my life bar isn't showing up, but I have it marked down on Beyond, so I'm tracking.
Okay.
That is an 11.
I can fix. I'll have to fix the token later, but you should be able to see it.
Yeah, that's fine.
What'd you roll? You rolled an 11. That'll miss.
All right. Okay, geez. I'm trying to think. Maybe I should just do a flurry of blows this turn, but
I mean, you can also just run over to the Ancient Guardian, do the Flurry of Blows, and just take the op attack, just so they can take advantage of the bonus to attack rolls I'm giving you on the Ancient Guardian.
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed. So you're not getting those bonuses. I rescind my statement, but still make the recommendation.
yeah. Let's do the take the opportunity attack.
Form of X. Actually, that
All right.
reminds me.
that-
That flying dagger should be
14.
pushed.
Ooh.
That's the wrong thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the flying dagger should be here now.
Yeah, it should be like, yeah, over there.
14. Like, goddamn.
What the hell?
It's a very
Plus
high
10.
attack roll. Where did that come from? Yeah.
That was it's. I was on the wrong tab.
Ah,
There we go.
17
That-
All right.
hit. Yeah.
That will hit, and that is 4. Okay.
yeah, no, that
So-
was that was something else's attack roll.
Oh, thinking. Now that I stopped to think about it, in addition to this dagger moving over here,
Oh, yeah.
Sita was going to cover Cameron's back. I forgot to say that.
Okay,
Hmm.
go ahead.
That's fine.
Yeah, let me.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. No flank.
Let's go for the
Good move. Good move. Yeah.
first unarmed strike with advantage.
Okay, you're doing lightning damage. You said.
Lightning damage.
All right, that'll hit and do 6 damage.
6, and then go for the flurry blow.
19 will hit.
All right.
Doing 7 damage.
Nice one. And that is it.
Chipping away at it.
All right.
Ancient Guardian goes. All right. It is not going to attack you physically.
Oh,
Going to use its words.
No, it is going to use its special magical ability on targeting one or more creatures that it can see within 10 feet of it.
Oh, that's a
Uh-oh.
lot of us. That's everyone.
Yes.
So.
It is going to use
Well, it-
slow.
was it?
Slow.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Okay.
DC
All right.
17.
DC 17 wisdom saves. Each target, if If you fail, you cannot use reactions. Your speed is halved. You cannot make more than one attack on your turn. In addition, the target may take either an action or a bonus action each turn, but not both. This lasts for a minute. You can repeat the saving throw in each of your turns.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did not make it.
Yep.
Not make it.
I did
You were
not
all
make
slowed.
that.
Mm-hmm. My curiosity is, does action surge get around this at all or no?
I will say yes, it does.
Okay. Just keep it in mind. All right.
Okay, slow.
We all got slowed.
Well, the good news for me is that I don't have any reactions anyway.
You have opportunity attack and that kind of stuff.
Not really.
Action or a bonus action, but not.
All right. Anything else does it do that it does?
That is its action for the turn.
Oh man.
All right.
That sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't use my sentinel attack on while that's going on. So
And I run on bonus actions.
Yep.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Is that done? Is
It is
this
done.
turn over?
Cameron, you're up.
Okay. That's what I was
that
waiting
is-
for. Just
That's
Sorry.
a full action.
Oh, yeah.
casting slow on the casting slow on the entire party. Yeah,
it may have a bonus action still. Is my point.
No, it does not.
Yeah, I'm
bonus
just saying. Like,
action.
I don't know that.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. So I am going to slap unbalanced foe on the guardian. This time I'm going to pick. Let's pick Kalia
Okay.
as the beneficiary of this. If I hit. Nope.
Unfortunately.
Well, wait. Let's see
You
here.
get to
Let's
roll
see here.
again
Roll,
because
you got
we're
advantage.
all
You-
flanking it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
Also,
no.
And in this,
no,
in this case,
inspiration.
what's the inspiration die size? Is a D6 or D8?
D6.
I believe it's D6
Uh,
for Casito. Is that right?
18
hit.
will hit.
Yep,
That's
the
good,
18 will
yeah.
hit. Good.
All
Excellent.
right, that's 10
10
piercing damage, and Kalia will have +3 on attacks that she makes against the guardian until the start.
Right.
Next
Gotcha.
turn. And then Cameron's going to burn an action surge
Yep.
and shoot it again.
I can't blame you on that.
Fire. Fly.
That's
That's a hit.
18 is going to do unbalanced foe, this time benefiting Glix
Excellent.
for 11 piercing damage total. So that's a total of 21 piercing damage.
You have dropped it below 50% of its health.
Cameron just flips the gun around and goes into full-on 6-shooter mode.
Yeah, like you can actually fan the hammer on this because it does operate with a hammer striking
yes,
the
it does
prism.
actually. That's right.
What's happening right now is like Deadeye from Red Dead, but like in actual time.
So yeah, that's Cameron's turn because he can't do a bonus actions.
All right. Kalia. Oh, actually,
All
hang
right.
on. Hang on. You dropped it to half health.
Okay,
no.
so the guardian gets to do a thing. Okay.
No. No. This is good for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. It needs to make a concentration check.
Oh yeah, right. It has to.
Has to make
Oh,
two
that's-
concentration checks. 'cause
That's
you
a
can-
very bad Constitution roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a concentration check for it dropping below half.
Okay.
All right.
It's
yep.
also still hexed, so it's at disadvantage.
Well,
Not that
it's-
matters.
No. You're right. It's disadvantage. All right. Well, half the flying daggers are disabled.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
And it's gonna pick the 2 on one side.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame it. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm picking one that's good for you, one that's good for it.
Right.
Fair enough.
That seems fair.
But yeah,
All right. So
this is tied to the encounter. It can only maintain. It can't maintain. It has trouble maintaining
All of them.
control over all 4 of them
Yeah.
while it's badly damaged.
Gotcha.
It's not directly part of the
and-
rule
ooh,
stats
my
for the monster. It's part of the stats of the encounter that I wrote.
All right,
I was
and
gonna
also
say,
gotta do my
sketch. Yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, next.
Okay. Well, especially now that this dagger on me is down, I'm going to try and wail on this thing.
Go for
it. Yeah, I will smack it with my axe. So you said it was a +3 to the attack, Skitch?
With,
All right.
and you have
With
advantage.
So
21.
21.
Would you like to
Well,
smite it?
24. Yes.
I asked for no reason.
So this is gonna be the base damage of 6.
Mhm.
And we're gonna throw on. Can I do that? Oh, I've got to do. Oh, did it do it?
Yep.
Okay,
13.
19 damage.
19.
13
Ow!
And it's radiant
13
damage
radiant
if it
damage.
matters.
Yep.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Well, no,
very-
it's not immune. It is not immune to radiant damage. It's what I will
Yeah.
say. So
Dark metal.
Oh wait, I just realized something. I didn't roll at the end of my turn for slow effect.
Yeah, you
Your turn hasn't come up yet, though. I think
Yeah.
after.
Has it been? Okay.
No.
No,
No.
because
It
you,
went after
you
you.
ran in and hit it, and then it went. Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
slowed
Okay.
everybody. Yeah.
That's right. It's right behind. It's right behind me.
all right.
Okay.
Kalia, you're done. Make your save versus the slow.
Yep. Whoop. Nope.
Hell no.
Nope. Listen. I am a very slow and steady worker, and
Yeah.
Listen. As soon as it made us slow, we've been hitting it harder. So
Yeah, it turns out.
Yeah.
No,
It's just
I
extra
positioned
frame.
it slightly wrong at the start of the encounter. To get in range of the slow for the opening round.
well, it did hit all of us at least. So
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. All right, Glix.
All right. So my turn now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage.
18 will hit. Also, you plus
18
3,
hits.
so you plus
Yep.
3 from the so you'd hit anyways. But
Mhm.
roll damage.
8 damage plus. Still hexed, so
13.
another 5. And we're gonna fury the small this old bastard
Okay.
for another 4.
Another
well-
4. Okay, so it's
let's see.
17.
Yep.
All right, so that is.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's bigger than me given the size of things.
It is in fact large.
I mean, it's bigger than Sito. So
Oh yeah. Dagger time.
Oh, I need to make my
Make your save, yeah.
Nope. It's still slow.
All right, dagger on Eric, on Glix here, with advantage. 21. Take
That's it.
poke,
for
poke,
2.
poke.
I like how it's like even if you hit damage from nearly nothing, it's like there's still that risk that you just lose your spell, and that's the
Yeah.
bane of all things. No.
And I do.
All right.
Hex is gone.
This is why, like, what is it? War Mage, whatever that one feat is so useful sometimes.
Yeah.
All right.
Warcaster,
Dagger
that's what it is.
on Sito. 19. Take 4 piercing damage. Poke. That is it for the daggers. Sito, it is your turn.
I'm going to demonstrate my own dagger.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
You hit and drop it.
something
Nice.
something about the timing of the way you said that and the number appeared.
24 to hit, 6 damage. Yeah, you cleave the thing in twain. All right.
They say they say it's very difficult to break a blade with another blade the same size, but
All right. Make
Just
your
gotta
save
melt
versus
it.
This
slow.
one's on fire. And Zito's heading over here because screw that.
Make your wisdom save.
Oh, right.
Nope.
Not that it
Nope.
means anything for me, really. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't throw inspiration at the same time. Oh, well.
Injure.
All right. Well,
Cheer.
don't worry about burning your key for Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
So-
All I can do is spear attack right now.
Hmm.
Spear attack with
I'll
advantage.
be right back.
That'll hit.
It's 12. And then I gotta do wisdom.
Yep. No.
Nope.
All right.
Ancient Guardian, self-destructs.
And all right, so at the start of the Guardian's turn, the magic circle in the floor flashes and light glows around the statue. It is repaired for 6 health.
Oh, that little jerk.
Yeah, it
well, I was worried it was going to be like, and half its health comes back. No!
No. Not that bad.
What do you think this is? Shin Megami Tensei?
I was worried we were going to explode.
Nope.
So...
Oh, I would have been much better with that than it healing for half of its health, honestly.
All right. And, yeah, Kalia, it doesn't like you.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it's going to slam, it attacks you.
Okay. That appears to be damage.
Oh, dear.
That's, yeah, okay.
It rolls a 27, 24 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
okay. Is that
zombie Christ?
Is that a weapon?
Actually,
or is it just punching me?
It is. In this case, because of the way I flavored it, is swinging It's swinging its big it's the big iron sword at you. So yes.
Okay, that does make a difference then.
It does. You get your damage. It's reduced by 3.
All right. I'm still very bloodied, but
yes.
That's okay.
Waboo! Technically speaking, I'm going to roll for this. It's not going to use it right now because it doesn't need to, but
does it get its slow bomb back?
It's slow. The slow recharges to recharge 5/6. So it can use it slow again, but it had literally no reason to do so this turn. So
yeah, because we're all still slow. We're all still snails.
Cameron, you're up.
Gosh, that was a lot of damage there.
Yes,
I wish I could do anything about that, but I can't. So all I could do is hopefully give Kalia the ability to get some retribution by trying to unbalance it.
I mean, assuming you don't finish it off, but yeah.
That'll hit.
25.
25 will hit.
12 piercing damage.
We'll drop it to 0.
Cam's just like, you know what? Like even your constructs are a bunch of assholes. Oh,
and the dagger flutters to the floor. All right, you have defeated the golem. The guardian construct. It's a modified version of the ancient construct monster in the monster manual. I think it's in the monster manual. But
Cameron walks over to
the Apocalypse is what it's originally from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's technically variant of the Stone Golem originally, but I'm using stats using its base stats for this. All right. Yes. So Cameron, you do see what looks like a workbench filled with stuff that is designed for. All right. So you look at the bench. It's definitely there. Someone's been working on a rifle version of the gun you're using, but you notice that the crystal there is slightly different than the one you have.
I'm really interested in both the rifle and the crystal.
The rifle is not complete.
That's still fine.
Oh yeah.
I could take the crystal for now. What does the crystal look? Okay, what should I use to assess the crystal in this case?
I don't know. What skills do you have?
Most relevant skills would be probably history in my case.
Give me a history roll then, sure.
14.
A 14. You've seen this somewhere before, but it's an uncommon one. You're not exactly sure what it's designed to do. I haven't decided what it's going to do. I figured to talk with you about what it should be. Yeah,
we can talk about that later on. That's fine.
But yeah, you recognize it's definitely a complete. It is definitely a complete and ready to go crystal.
Yeah. It says that the rifle is not complete.
The rifle is not complete. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but
Karen will start securing goods here.
All right. I want to wrap things up here because something that does come up here, and Glix, I noticed you got the treasure chest. We'll get to that next week, actually.
Yep. Monsters are dead. There's a chest over there.
Well,
gotta go check the
monsters
chest.
are dead. So, by the way, Kalia, you're sort of standing around there, sort of going, ow, ow.
Feeling for cracked ribs and stuff.
The floor, the circle on the floor pulses again, and you see the golem starting to put itself back to being repaired, slowly repairing.
Okay, I'm going to smash it up and kick its pieces off the circle.
Okay.
And Engineer's gonna help.
We'll get to what the effects of that are next week.
All right.
So, yeah, that's the session for this week because there are a couple of things I could do, but I do think Skitch probably needs to get going soon, and I kind of want to save some of the stuff for next week actually because there's some stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, excellent session, guys. We'll be picking this up next week, assuming everybody's available.
Should be.
Good.
Should be.
Yes. Basically,
I believe so. I'll probably find out more information later in the week. But
Fair
I'll let you
enough. All right. So whatever the next session is. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you had fun, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Bye, humans.
Bye.
Bye.